So first board, we're in fourth seat. It is imps. No one's vulnerable. So we pick up this 8 count. Goes a club on our left. Partner makes a takeout double. A heart on our right. We bid 1 spade. I think that's fine. If this queen of hearts was the queen of spades, I think we're probably good enough to bid 2 spades. Actually, I don't even think it's all that close. So with the singleton queen of hearts as opposed to that being in the spade suit, I think our hand is just shy of a 2 spade bid. Now, the sequence does bring up an important question. Because the way that I would play, and I think most experts would play a takeout double followed by a Q bid, is that this bid is forcing through suit agreement. Or forcing through a no-trump bid of some kind. Although I guess like doubling and then Q bidding and bidding no trump should be game forcing anyway. So yeah, you know, like 2 no trump by West probably should be forcing. I mean, maybe that is not stopper showing. I'm not sure. Either way, the point being is I think 2 spades should be forcing here and shows 5 spades. Now, we have a hand that obviously just wants to play in a game. When partner bids 2 hearts like this, partner has showed at least invitational values, and we have a complete maximum for our 1 spade bid from earlier. But would I be comfortable bidding 2 spades with most players? Probably not. I think with most players, I would rather bid 3 spades to show them that, you know, clearly we're accepting a game try. And they would understand that's forcing. But like with experts, I would probably trot out 2 spades expecting to have this agreement that the Q bid is forcing through suit agreement. So that, I mean, most of the time partner's going to have like one of these 19 counts with 3 card spade support, right? So playing 4 spades is pretty likely to be where we want to end up. Sometimes partner has a really strong hand that was too good to double and then bid a new suit. So partner could have a single suited hand with either clubs or diamonds on an auction like this. And so this is the way to do that. I do wonder if 2 hearts, you know, let me step back for a second. First off, is 2 hearts natural? That's an interesting question. Ooh. Matthew O'Farrell, hello. Yeah. Can 2 hearts be natural? You know, I didn't think of that, but that's a really important point. I was just looking at 2 hearts as a Q bid of the opponent's suit, but obviously partner needs a way to double and show hearts. So then 2 clubs is always the Q bid. Because 1 heart could be a psych a lot of the time. A lot is a big stretch. I mean, South should never be psyching a heart in this spot. That doesn't mean that hearts isn't going to be our best playing strain, right? Like South could have 4 small, in which case partner has ace, king, queen, jack, 6, then we want to play in the heart suit. But yeah, I wouldn't be worried about 1 heart being a psych. I guess the big issue is whether or not 2 hearts or 2 clubs should be the Q bid. It makes more sense to me that 2 hearts is the Q bid, and I guess that's why I kind of went on that tangent at the start, that 2 hearts is the, you know, is just some sort of game forcing, or not necessarily game forcing, but forcing through suit agreement. But I guess you could play 2 clubs as the Q bid then, and 2 hearts is natural here. Like, percentage-wise, it's a lot more likely that partner has a club suit than a heart suit, right? Because North has promised 3 clubs and South has promised 4 hearts. Based on our hand, obviously it sounds a little bit more like partner has a heart suit. Yeah, this is... Okay, that makes things a little bit tricky. And I think I'll circle back to what I always say about this specific bidding contest, which is that, like, this contest is not really designed to be filled with bidding problems. Why does my camera always look off? Hold on. Is that better? Now I'm centered. This contest tends to just be designed around, like, here's an interesting sequence of bids. Please have a expert discussion about, you know, your thoughts on this sequence of bids. Like, is there a consensus? Is there no consensus? What are the different viewpoints? And so I think maybe that's a big point. Now, in real life, I would probably never bid 2 hearts here unless it was discussed with my partner. So this is something that I think actually is relatively important to discuss, and this is one of the things that I think gets overlooked in this specific bidding contest. The author really wants to have, like, these discussions, but presents them as bidding problems. And so I think there's, like, a little bit of tug of war going on here between what the author wants and what really goes on in, like, bridge players' minds when they're sitting at the table. If you don't know what a bid means, you shouldn't try and force your partner to figure it out. Every once in a while, maybe like once every 10,000 hands, you're going to be put in a situation where you, like, the best thing to do is hope partner guesses the right thing. But if I was East and I had a strong hand with a natural heart suit here, I would either bid 4 hearts, or, you know, I guess I would, like, start making cue bids that I thought partner would understand. Or I would just bid no trump, right? Like, if I have hearts stopped, then that's fine. It's very possible. Like, if I'm sitting as East on, like, Ace, King, Jack, 9, 6 of hearts, Queen 10 fourth is pretty likely to be offside on an auction like this. So I don't think as East in this scenario I would bid 2 hearts with a natural heart suit unless partner and I had discussed it, which again kind of leans me to the interpretation that 2 hearts really should be artificial in this spot. Well, with all that said, I mean, like, is there a bid that can kind of cater to both cases? I would like to game force with West. I would. I guess we could bid 3 clubs. That seems fine. So maybe 3 clubs is the bid that we're supposed to make. But the thing is, I mean, I'm sure a lot of the experts are going to, like, have similar comments to what I said. They'll probably come to the conclusion that, like, maybe based on our hand, partner intends this 2 hearts is natural, and they'll bid 3 clubs or something, or 2 no trump, or whatever it is that they want to do. Like, if 2 hearts is natural, I would probably bid 3 no with our hand. If 2 hearts is the artificial force, I would bid 2 spades. So, like, me saying 3 clubs is probably the best bid. Like, it's not going to get a ton of votes. I think this is a terrible problem. Like, I don't think I've been very, like, this upset with one of the problems in the RealBridge contest until this one. This, I think, is an awful problem. Well, let's just pick something that that might make some sense. I mean, you know what? Like, it's fine. It's fine. I'm not going to try for, like, making the best score. I think I'm going to make the bid that makes the most sense to me. Like, if I was at the table seeing this, I would presumably just bid 2 spades. Playing with an expert partner, again, I think 2 spades should be forcing, or 2 hearts should be forcing through suit agreement, and 2 spades has not agreed a suit yet. So partner would have to bid at least 3 spades with 3-card support, and then we can raise to 4 spades. If partner really had hearts over 2 spades, like I guess they could then bid 4 hearts to confirm that they have a heart suit. They could bid 2 no trump if they wanted to. They could bid 3 of a minor. I mean, 2 spades is the most flexible, so I'm just going to do that. I kind of have the feeling that we're going to score pretty poorly on this one because just because the way the contest is structured. But 2 spades, I think, is probably the right bid, undiscussed. 2-no, because as the Italians say, you can't play there, so more bidding will happen. Well, the guy who hosts the poll is not Italian, so unfortunately we don't have that going for us. All right, next one. We're going to be both vulnerable. It's imps. We're in 4th seat once again. Is this going to be a pattern all week? 2 spades on our left, 4 diamonds by partner, Michaels. Oh, strong Michaels. Okay. So it's specifically diamonds and hearts, 5-5 or better, and a strong hand. Pass on our right. And we pick up this monster? We have ace, queen, 3rd of hearts, the jack of diamonds, which is a pretty good card, and the ace of clubs? What? Well, the textbook bid here is 5 hearts, of course. I'm not sure I like that bid. So 5 hearts would specifically ask for spade control. I mean, we could also bid 5 clubs to effectively say the same thing. Grand Slam alert? I mean, kind of. Like, if I just had to make a guess in one bid with this hand, well, I guess if I was guessing with one bid, I would probably just bid 6 hearts. Is it possible that we could have the weird effect where playing in diamonds is better than hearts? Let me think. It's possible. I think partner's more likely to have diamond length than heart length. I mean, extra diamond length than extra heart length. Because some of the time, partner might just bid 4 hearts if they had longer hearts than diamonds. But partner would always bid 4 diamonds if they have longer diamonds than hearts. It's imps, so playing in the right slam doesn't matter. What's the weak Michaels? Yeah, 3 spades would be the weak Michaels. So we wouldn't find out partner's minor if we did that, but that's, I guess, just the system that we're going with. I think specifically they judged to do that just because he thought that this would make a good problem if we knew that partner had diamonds, and as opposed to, you know, one or the other of the minor suits, as well as the fact that partner's showing a strong hand. It is a question about what constitutes strong versus not strong for the Michaels bid. I mean, 3 spades would already show a very good hand. So, you know, we can ask the question, like, is something to the effect of doubleton, king, jack, 10, 5th, like ace, king, queen, 6th, the void, is that good enough for 4 diamonds here? Or would that be a 3 spade bid? Honestly, to me, that sounds like a 3 spade bid. Having the doubleton spade as well as a really weak 5-card heart suit is pretty bad. Yeah, so maybe partner needs to have more than just that. Ace, king, queen of diamonds, and king, jack of hearts. They need something else. Likely a singleton spade. So if we're going to get to a Grand Slam, how do the auctions look if we start with 5 clubs, for example? We'll bid 5 clubs. So let's say partner has one of these perfect types of hands. They are, let's say 6-6 with a spade void, right? So they're like void, king, jack, 10, 6, ace, king, queen, 6, singleton, which I think would constitute a 4 diamond bid here. 5 clubs, partner will bid partner's looking for good trumps. I guess partner would bid 5 spades. It's really hard for us to know, because partner might have ace king 10 6th of diamonds instead, and now we're likely to lose a diamond trick. I don't know. I don't know about this. Yeah, it doesn't look like the 5 club bid really gets us a lot of illumination about whether a Grand Slam is good. I mean, we could cue 4 spades. I think that's an alternative option. The thing about the 4 spade cue bid is partner can then ask us with key card and we can show 2 with. And that might be exactly what partner's looking for. Now, of course, partner might think that we have the spade ace, so we could get to 7 hearts down when partner's like 1660, right? Or we could miss 7 spades when partner is 0661. Partner's going to think our missing ace is the ace of spades, not the ace of clubs. But leaving the option available for partner to cue bid or to bid key card with a hand that looks like this, I think is pretty good. Because partner knows what diamonds they have. We don't have the diamond queen, which is really important for partner to be able to bid key card. Like if we had the diamond queen, I would be a lot more invested in our hand trying to take over. But we need partner to have solid diamonds. And then the rest of our hand is just ace, ace, queen of trumps. So I'm really drawn to the 4 spade bid, even though it doesn't really describe what our hand looks like. Like 5 clubs, I think, is the natural looking bid. You cue bid the club ace and just hope that things work out. But based on what we've just kind of seen, there's a lot of guesswork to do, and people are just going to be gambling later in that auction. 4 spades offers us a direct route to get to the Grand Slam. Even if sometimes we get to the wrong one, but sometimes they lead clubs. You know, sometimes South over there on opening lead, well, depending on who's on lead, doesn't lead a spade and leads a club instead, and then partner sheds a spade loser with the club ace. I think it's probably good to bid 4 spades. Hopefully partner can take over with key card. I guess sometimes we get to 6 hearts and go down. We'll have another decision to make if we bid 4 spades and partner signs off in 5 hearts. Or sorry, 5 diamonds. I mean, partner's not going to sign off in 5 hearts. Whereas partner has king doubleton of spades, bids key card, and then 6 hearts. I mean, yeah, but oh, you know what? We don't even have a trump suit agreed. This is actually a much bigger problem than I originally anticipated. God, there's... Wait a second. We need to step back again. We need to remember this is not actually a bidding contest. I hate these first 2 problems. I finally understood the issue here. The issue has nothing to do with what's a good bid right now. The issue is all about, like, how do we show a good hand with one or both suits? Because what we want to do right here is we want to show a good hand, but we also want partner to keycard in hearts. Unfortunately, we can't show hearts, right? Unless we have an agreement with our partner, which we're not told about in the bidding problem. But this is what he wants us to discuss. Okay, it took me a long time to get here. We have 2 Q-bids available. We have 4 spades and 5 clubs. Both of these are Q-bids because they're not partner suits. Like, yes, there are going to be some people being like, well, what if we have a long club suit? Okay, I mean, you just can't have everything, and it has to be more helpful to play 5 clubs as a Q-bid. I think the general meta agreement among experts in these situations is that if there is a Q-bid that keeps you at a lower... How do I phrase this? I think the general meta agreement among experts is 4 spades would show a good 5 heart bid, and 5 clubs would show a good 5 diamond bid. And the reason is, at least in my mind, that 4 no trump should then be keycard in hearts over 4 spades because there's more room to explore with hearts. The meta agreement is trading at $585. Thank you for the insight. Yeah. And so over 4 spades, 4 no trump would be keycard in hearts, or using 4 spades to show hearts so that 4 no trump can be keycard for hearts gives you more room above 4 no trump to still be able to play in 5 hearts at the 5 level. Whereas if 4 spades showed a good hand in diamonds and 5 clubs showed a good hand in hearts, then you could still bid 4 no trump keycard in diamonds, but you might bypass 5 diamonds and then you would be forced into playing a slam anyway. So at least to me, that's probably the agreement, or like the meta agreement that experts would have in this spot. Again, how comfortable would I be doing any of this if it wasn't discussed with my partner? Probably not at all. I think I still like the 4 spade bid. I mean, we have a hand that's interested in a Grand Slam, and 4 spades appears to be one of the only ways to reach the Grand Slam. So I think I'm going to start with that. Now, what should this show? It probably should show a good 5 heart bid, which is effectively what we have. I think our hand is probably forcing to the 6th level because, as mentioned earlier, I'm constructing hands for partner, and it just doesn't feel like we can possibly have one where we're off 2 tricks. So, 4 spades, 5 hearts. If partner does that, 6 hearts is probably a pretty reasonable thing to do. Anyway, I guess that's what I'm going to go with. So 4 spades, again, I have no idea if this is going to score well, but remember, this isn't a bidding contest. I like how it's just called a bidding contest when it's disguised as something else. Okay, board 3. Both vulnerable, it's imps. Hey, we're not in 4th seat. Look at this. We have a simple auction between ourselves and our partner. Partner opens a spade. We bid a no trump. We have 11. Partner bids 2 hearts. We bid 2 spades. Yep. Partner bids 3 clubs. Okay. So this should be patterning out 3 clubs as game forcing. Cool. Now what? Don't we have 10? Dude, okay, look, jacks have inflated in value since the start of the year. I'm just saying. These cards sometimes are worth a little bit more than you think. But yes, good point. We have 10. Either way, same analysis. So partner is effectively game forced with 3 clubs. Over 2 spades, because if partner had a minimum hand, they would just pass 2 spades. So with our kind of maximum for the auction already, we would be happy to accept the game. Now, which game should we play in? Partner has a singleton or void and diamonds, so I mean, it's very possible that playing in hearts is the right thing to do in the 4-3 fit. It's very possible that playing the 5-2 spade fit is the right thing to do. I think generally I would prefer the 5-2 to the 4-3, because partner's going to get forced in diamonds pretty early, and then we're going to have to pull trumps, and if hearts are 4-2, that's bad. If spades are 4-2, we could at least still pull 4 rounds of trumps. I mean, the unfortunate thing that we have going on here is that we might just not make anything. Let me come up with a hand for partner for a second. Like, let's say partner does have ace, king, queen, 5th of spades. Ace, 3rd of clubs, king, 4th of hearts. How many tricks do we have? So we have 5 spades, 3 clubs, and 2 hearts is 10. Yeah, I think we should just be sticking this hand in 4 spades. Now, could we be making like 7 clubs? Probably. I think it's possible. Partner could be 5-4-0-4. We rough the diamond opening lead, play spade to the jack, rough another diamond, pull all the trumps, run the spades, pitching our diamonds and hearts. The partner shouldn't be 5-5, because if partner was 5-5, they should have rebid 3 hearts. So I think partner's possible shapes are 6-4-0-3, possible. You don't want to force partner into bidding 3 spades with that hand, especially if their hand's a little bit too good. I mean, 3 clubs is not necessarily forcing, but I don't think partner has to commit to bidding 3 spades with that hand, or 4 spades, or whatever you want to call it, with that shape. Although they probably would a decent amount of the time. So that's probably secondary. I mean, obviously 5-4-1-3 is most likely. 5-4-2-2 is impossible. Partner would rebid 2 no trump, even if they don't have a diamond stopper in this spot. They're just trying to show their shape. Or they could be 5-4-0-4. I mean, it's certainly the case that 5-4-0-4, 5 clubs might be better than 4 spades. Like, especially if partner spades are weak. We might not be able to rough the opening diamond lead, knock out a trump, rough the next diamond, and then pull trumps. We could get tapped out pretty quickly. We can always temporize with 3 diamonds if we want to here. The thing that I don't like about the 3 diamond bid is that I feel like we're not going to get any more information from partner. I think partner's just always going to bid 3 spades over 3 diamonds. And that wouldn't show a 6 spade. That would just be like, 3 diamonds is forcing, right? What's partner supposed to do? They're not going to bid 3 no trump with a singleton diamond, regardless of whether it's the singleton queen, king, jack, whatever. They're just going to bid 3 spades to wait. So I don't really like 3 diamonds for that reason. I mean, I think it's like delaying our decision for another round of bidding, and there's nothing wrong with doing that. I wonder if 4 spades right now should show a hand like this. Like, what sort of hand would want to bid 4 spades here? Obviously no diamond stopper. And of course, we've already denied holding 3-card spade support. I mean, we could have held 3-card spade support at this point with a hand that's too weak to raise 1 spade to 2, but then we wouldn't be bidding 4 spades here. We would just bid 3 spades. So once we have a doubleton spade and yet we're bidding 4 spades, we have to have a pretty good hand. We don't have a heart fit. No diamond stopper. So I guess we would have to have a club fit. So maybe by inference, the only hand that would bid 4 spades is like exactly this one. A club fit with a doubleton spade and no diamond stopper and extras. I think I've worked that out from our side of the table. Would partner work that out? Probably not. I don't think there's any way partner works that. I mean, you know, technically they should, right? They can perform the same sort of analysis that we just did, but it's a lot harder to be removed from the bidding problem, and I would never stick partner with that sort of inference. I mean, I think 3 diamonds has the possibility of getting us to a club slam. The issue is just like, we bid 3 diamonds, partner bids 3 spades, and we bid 4 spades. Does that sound like... I think I'm just going to bid 4 spades. It's too difficult for us to just commit to playing this hand in clubs, I think. Like, partner might have, you know, for example, Jack third of clubs and the singleton diamond over there, and then if we get to 5 clubs and a 4-3 fit, we're not happy at imps. So I think I'm just going to bid 4 spades, and either that ends the auction and we're just in the right spot, which I think is somewhat likely, or sometimes partner does work out that our hand has to have a club fit, and partner then takes a push onto a club slam if they really are like 5-4-0-4. For what it's worth, I think 3 diamonds is going to get the top marks in the bidding contest, but I think that is a really poorly scored problem, because I think people are just overlooking. I'm just bidding spades on every hand. Yeah, I think that's the plan from now on. We're just going to bid spades every time we can. Yeah, I do think a lot of the panel is just going to bid 3 diamonds with the hand, kind of as a, like, I'll make my decision later type of bid, and I think they are overlooking the issue, but we'll see. Hand 4. North-south dealer. I don't know who we are yet. It's match points. We are west, so we are favorable. And this is a hand. Oh my, this is a hand. Okay, we're 3-2-8-0. We have 9 tricks in our own hand. It starts, we open a diamond, it goes a heart on, or 3 hearts on our left, and partner bids 3 no trump. Hey, Eric. Wow. Time to find out what you submitted for this? Yeah, same. We're working our way through. It's gonna be hard for me to justify a spade bid at this point, but we'll see if I can make it happen. So first off, 4 diamonds is forcing. We'll start with that. 4 diamonds absolutely has to be forcing. If we wanted to be non-forcing, we would pass 3 no trump, because we can't have a hand that knows that 3 no trump is going down. Our partner just bid 3 no trump. Partner could have hearts double stop. Partner could have like extras, like a 17 count over there. So even if we're ashamed of our 1 diamond opening bid, it doesn't make any sense for 4 diamonds to be non-forcing. And so I'm not sure I understand the problem. Like, I think at the table I would have already just bid 4 diamonds and then waited to make a decision next. Because 4 diamonds would show slam interest, right? Like, if we're forcing with diamonds, we must have slam interest. So partner would do something smart over that. Maybe partner would cupid hearts, maybe partner would cupid spades, maybe partner would just bid 5 diamonds. Partner could bid 4 no trump if they're convinced that no trump is the right place to play. Some people might play 4 hearts as kickback over that. Anyway, so at the table, like, this hand would have been over long ago. I don't really understand what the alternative choices. Is it Cupid 4 hearts? But like, what does that even mean? I don't like bidding 4 no as like a quantitative invite. I mean, for one thing, I think our hand is a little bit too good for just a quantitative invite. Like, if we're not losing the first 2 tricks, we probably have 12, is my feeling. I mean, sometimes partner has like the ace-jack of spades, the king of hearts, and the ace-jack of clubs, and the king of spades is offside, and the opponents get off to a club lead. It's possible. But I mean, in that case, like 6 diamonds is cold, right? 7 diamonds is on a spade finesse. So I don't know. I mean, like, what does 4 hearts accomplish? Nothing? I guess we could bid exclusion in clubs. 5 clubs. I don't like that bid. I mean, for one thing, it pinpoints the spade problem. So if West wasn't thinking about leading a doubleton spade at trick 1, then they would after a exclusion bid in clubs. And 2, I'm just not convinced that we're always making a slam. Sometimes partner's 3 no trump bid is based on like a club suit with hearts stopped, and they just don't have spade tricks. Eric says, haven't mentioned the bid that you chose. I mean, I think 6 diamonds might be a choice. I don't really see any reason to not be scientific here. Like 5 clubs is maybe not the way to go, but 4 diamonds offers a ton of room. I don't even really understand alternative bids to 4 diamonds. I mean, I would have already bid it at the table, and like I'm not seeing what the other choices are. Maybe I'll be enlightened in 15 minutes or whatever when we get to the panel discussion. All right, board 5. Both vulnerable. It's imps. We have this hand. 11 count this time. Okay, we're in second seat. It goes 3 clubs on our right, pass, pass, and partner reopens with double. Yeah, tricky. Okay, I mean, this one's all going to be about hand construction, right? So partner should be reopening basically every time that they're 4-4-4-1 in shape. I mean, not completely regardless of high cards, but I mean, partner could have a 9 count that's 4-4-4-1 and balance with a double without any hesitation. Partner could probably even have less. So let's try and construct a 9. Now, what I did learn from the panel, at least in one of the previous weeks, is that they do not balance that late, which I think is absolutely incorrect. I think it's like really poor to not balance with, for example, a 9. Like, let's say partner's hand is king 4th, ace 4th, queen 4th singleton. I think partner should balance double here. But what we learned in a previous week is that the panel would probably pass out 3 clubs with that hand, at least a good portion of them. So maybe we should cater our decision to being a little bit more heavy for partners balancing actions than that. Okay, so let's say partner's minimum then is like an 11 count. Like king, ace, king. That's 10. Well, let's say that. King 4th of spades, ace 4th of hearts, king 4th of diamonds, stiff club. How many tricks are we taking in hearts? Obviously, we could have a 4-3 heart fed, and so doing something like bidding 4 hearts entails quite a bit of risk, but let's see. We would have 2 spades, a heart, a club to lose, which would be not great. And then obviously if bad splits happen, we might end up losing more tricks from there. We also have some issues handling the hand. A cross ref might not be productive. So, okay, if partner has that sort of minimum hand, but are they making a club contract? We would end up taking 2 diamonds, 2 hearts, a club, and a spade, maybe? So they would be down 2. So we would be possibly going down even at the 3 level, and we could just take plus 500 against 3 clubs doubled with that type of hand. Interesting. I guess there's some chance as well that 3 no trump is the right place to play. I mean, we have clubs sufficiently stopped because East probably does have something like ace, king, jack, 10 of clubs, but therefore no outside entry. So we should be able to play no trump practically double dummy and take every finesse through West. Still, I think I would prefer to play in hearts. What if partner has a good hand? Like ace jack 10 of spades, ace queen of hearts, king of diamonds, spade hook working. We might be able to scrape up 12 tricks and hearts. But if that was the case, I mean, 3 clubs doubled would be going for a large number. When does 3 clubs doubled make? Maybe that's an important question to ask. Like, what if partners' values are so heavily concentrated in, like, hearts and spades, we never get a diamond ruff? That seems impossible. And we really just need partner to have, like, the 10 or 9 of clubs for us to be able to promote a second trump trick with the 8. I think I'm actually leaning towards passing 3 clubs doubled out. Like, when 4 hearts makes, we're probably collecting 500. We've already seen a hand where 4 hearts has no play and we're still getting 500. If we're making a slam, we're probably getting like 1100 at least. I think we should just let this one go. Huh. Wasn't my first instinct. I thought the clubs might not be good enough, but apparently our hand is just very defensive, huh? And I think we're just going to lead ace and a diamond. Like, again, the fact that right-hand opponent probably does have very strong clubs suggests that they don't have the diamond king. So if the diamond king's on our left, so be it. Ace of diamonds and a diamond potentially set up a trump promotion. Yeah, let's just pass. This seems right to me. All right, hand 6. No one vulnerable, it's imps. We have 9. We're in 4th seat, as usual. 2 hearts on our left, which is weak with 5 or more hearts. 2 spades by partner. 3 hearts on our right. We decide to pass. I really hate that bid. I would definitely double 3 hearts. I mean, I think bidding 3 spades over 3 hearts has a lot going for it as well. But passing 3 hearts, I think, is a huge error because it puts a lot of pressure on our partner to do something. And partner has already kind of stuck their neck out into the auction here by overcalling 2 spades. I think another important point of our double is that partner's probably going to play us for something like honor double 10 of spades when we make that bid, and so partner will bid 4 spades rather freely. Whereas in a situation like this, now it's gone pass double, like, I mean, like, what are we supposed to do? Like, we can bid 4 spades, of course, but but we might be in a 5-2 fit. If we have a big diamond fit, we probably want to play there, but I mean, sometimes partner is like 6-1-2-4 for this sequence. Now, would people always reopen double 6-1-2-4? Not necessarily. They might reopen with 3 spades, but I think a decent amount of the time they'll reopen with double. I think we've caused ourselves a problem by not acting on the first round of the auction. Like, if partner knew that we had yeah, hand 6 double on the previous round. Can I put that for my answer? 3.5 spades is the obvious bid. I wish. I wish. I mean, we could kind of pass the buck back and bid 4 hearts. It's fine. Like, that might be my choice. Probably is. Four hearts is probably the way to get us out of this predicament, right? If partner bids 4 spades, then so be it. Partner will now know that we have a doubleton spade, so partner should bid 4 spades if they have 6 and bid 4 no trump or something if they don't. Like, if we had 3 spades with values, we would have bid 3 spades over 3 hearts, right? So partner should know we have a hand like this, but I mean, things get really uncomfortable if partner is to bid something like, let me just think this through. Is it possible we don't have a diamond fit if partner doesn't have 6 spades? So if we bid 4 hearts and partner bids 5 clubs, I mean, could they be 5-2-2-4? Probably. Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm gonna bid 4 hearts. I think I'll bid 4 hearts. Over 5 clubs, I'll bid 5 diamonds, and we'll see what happens. I guess I could bid 4 spades just to continue my streak of bidding 4 spades quite often. Alright, hand 7. Both vulnerable, it is match points. We pick up 7-4 in the minors. Partner opens a diamond. And what are our agreements? Our agreements are 2 diamonds is invitational or better with diamonds? Maybe? I guess I would do that. I wouldn't want to treat this hand like a mixed raise. I don't think it has a little bit too much offensive potential for the minor suits, which is a little bit weird. Like, obviously going through inverted raises or mixed raises tends to focus on getting to 3 no trump. But I think this hand is invitational to 5 diamonds. Or 5 clubs. Now, partner could be 4-4-3-2 in shape, in which case maybe we can back into clubs later. I think it's actually somewhat likely that partner has 4 hearts, given that there wasn't a heart bid on our right, but it's still possible that our left-hand opponent, North, is planning to come in with a big heart bid at some point. I think what I want to do is I want to bid 2 diamonds, and then if the opponents get to some number of hearts, I want to bid clubs next. And this will tell partner what our hand looks like. Like, yeah, we're probably a bit more likely to be 6-5 than 7-4 for that type of an auction, but partner should know that we have fairly long clubs when we take this sequence. Or at least could have fairly long clubs. And doing anything else doesn't really seem to describe the hand. South can have some values with no good bid. I don't think that South is very likely to have values when we have a diamond fit. Like, yeah, I mean, partner could be 4-4-3-2 again, right? And South might have 5 diamonds or something and a 14 count. It's possible, but that's a lot less likely, I think, than the other two possibilities. Giannis says partner could be 18-19 balanced, which is fine. Like, if partner has the values, I think we're going to do okay with a 2 diamond bid. Because partner will try and force us to 3 no trump, and then we're going to bid 5 clubs at some point. And partner will understand that we're saying pick a minor. So I think we start with 2 diamonds. I feel like a lot of the interesting choices will happen on a later round of the bidding. I could definitely see some people arguing for, say, like a 3 club invitational jump shift, but we saw a similar hand in a previous week like this, and the correct answer was to just game force it. This hand's a lot weaker. And the other one, we had both majors as opposed to both minors. So anyway, 2 diamonds looks right. We'll go from there. Last hand, east-west vulnerable, it's imps. We are west, so we're unfavorable. It starts a club on a right, and we have a 16 count with a singleton heart. Well, listen. You know me. I have no qualms about bidding a no trump with not the right shape for it. And I think it's actually pretty important to bid with this hand. So we can talk through the other options as opposed to a no trump briefly, but one no trump, I'm going to lock in my no trump bid because, like, I think that is just the clear decision on this hand, and I guess 1N is what I'll call it, just to save space on the screen. So other options are obviously to, well, let's say double, but we don't have the hand for a double. We just don't have hearts, and we don't have club shortness. I mean, double is pretty bad. I think that's the worst of them. The 2 other choices are to overcall spade or overcall a diamond on a 4-card suit. I think between those choices, 1 diamond is a significantly better overcall than 1 spade, for a number of reasons, but one of which is that I think we do want to get to game on this hand. We're vulnerable, it's imps, and we have 16 high card points. So if we're going to get to game, we want to try and accurately get to the best game. Overcalling 4-card suits, especially 4-card majors, the main purpose of doing that tends to be, well, it can be twofold, one of which is lead directional, which, like, we kind of have that. We would like a spade lead. I mean, we would also like a diamond lead. But number 2 is it tends to be preemptive to the opponent's auction. And then there are some secondary considerations, like sometimes if you find a 4-3 fit in one of the majors, the opponents miss out on 3 no trump, which is not a concern here. The opponents are not playing 3 no trump on this board. So if we did overcall 1 spade, one of the issues is that we might end up in a 4-3 spade fit, declaring our way at the 4 level, as opposed to reaching, say, 3 no trump, which is probably much more likely to succeed. Especially if declared from partner's side, where they have the hearts stopped. So for that reason, overcalling a diamond, we might still get to a 4-4 spade fit. Then if we don't have a 4-4 spade fit, then we can still backpedal into no trump, and 1 diamond is not going to, like, get partner excited about reaching 5 diamonds, for example. So among the alternatives, 1 diamond, I think, is the clear standout choice. Yeah, and Giannis says if partner can bid 1 spade over a diamond with 4, then 1 diamond looks a lot better. So for all those reasons, I think 1 diamond is probably the clear second choice. It's a minimum for a 1 diamond overcall. Yes. Yes, it is a minimum in terms of suit length. I agree. Okay. We have our bids locked in. I forget which ones I said the panel was going to clearly disagree on, but let's take a look. Results. I need to move me, right? Usually I put me over here for this. Is that what we've been doing? I guess I'll find it. If I scroll down, If I scroll down, we'll roll with this and see. Okay. Contest conducted by Mark Smith. Welcome to the third set of 2025. At the end of this month, we will begin publishing, okay, blah, blah, blah. Your best 9 scores count. We'll start this month with a congratulations to panel members on success of the U.S. Spring Nationals that took place in Memphis. The first weekend brought victory for Zia Mahmood and the K Platinum pairs playing with Kevin Rosenberg. In the prestigious Vanderbilt teams, 3 panel members made it to semifinals and played against each other, thus guaranteeing our panel representation in the final. Brink and Klukowski finished on the losing end of that matchup, with Lorenzini advancing to the final. So we have all 3 of these players in the panel today. 40-amp victory, blah, blah, blah. Fleischer team won the Spin Gold and the Soloway in 2024. The Nationals closed with another success for panel members. Kathy and Sophia Baldiz winning a thrilling victory in the Women's Open Swiss. Women's Open Swiss. So that is a thing that runs concurrent. I didn't realize that we had women's Swisses in the Nationals. Is that a new thing? That might be a new thing. I mean, I don't know. I've never entered it, so I wouldn't know. Like, I've played in the mixed Swiss before. But cool. So they won a women's Swiss event. This month's guest panelist is the solo winner of the January competition. 41-year-old Erdem Öztürk from Turkey lives in Istanbul. He started playing bridge as an 18-year-old student, was a member of Turkey's representatives at the 2006 World University Teams Cup in Tianjin. More recently reached the round of 16 of the mixed teams at the 2019 European Transnationals. Teaches bridge to both adults and kids, mostly online. We're delighted to welcome the panel a stalwart of the Swedish Open team for many years and one of Scandinavia's leading bidding theorists, Matt Nielslund. I think I played against him in some of the alt team things, having made his debut in the Swedish Open team at the 1972 Olympiad. Oh, you know what? I remember what we did last time. Hold on. We did this, right? Is this better? Yes? Yeah, probably. We'll leave it. He was 1972 Olympiad. Matt collected bronze medals from the Rosenblum Cup, very prestigious event, 86, 98, and from the 1991 Bermuda Bowl. He also finished second in the European Teams Championships in 91 and 99. More recently, he claimed a silver medal at the 2018 European Senior Teams. He wrote the definitive book on the Swedish adaptation of the world's most popular bidding system, 5-card majors, the Scandinavian way? Isn't it supposed to be like Scandinavian? What's Scanian? Dude, oh no. Scanian way? Scanian. The term Scanian can refer to a person born or living in the province of Scania proper. It's a region. Oh yeah. Scania is a province of southern Sweden. Huh. So only the southern Swedes play this? Interesting. Anyway, 2019, he wrote a book. But man, he has been winning stuff for a long time, or at least getting third place for a long time. Half of this month's problems have been sent to me, so don't blame me if they're too hard. Smiley face. Hand 3 comes from panelist Marty Bergen, and 3 come from regular competition entrants. And 2, Paul Dubois of San Diego, and 5, Simon Moston of UK, and hand 7 from Norway's Paolo Romanello. I would not have guessed that this person was from Norway just reading their name. Thanks to all of them. If you have a hand that you would think would make an interesting problem, for the panel to discuss. Again, I do like how he coats this whole bidding contest, or like hides the true intentions of it, but every once in a while alludes to it. Please send me the details. Well, this set was a real mishmash, with the panel producing a majority vote on only 2 of the 8 hands. Indeed, they provided us with what must be a record of 43 different choices on the 8 deals, including 1 deal with votes for 8 different actions and 1 with 7 candidates. Votes for 8 different actions and 7 candidates. So is this 2 separate deals that they're talking about? Or did they only give scores to 7 of the 8 panel choices? Does this mean that there will be plenty of high-scoring options for competitors? Let's find out. It's looking like a very demanding set. Blah, blah, blah. Voting with the largest group scores only 45 out of 80. Oh, voting with the largest group of competitors scores only 45 out of 80. The average score is 47.62. There's plenty for the panel to discuss. Let's go. All right. Dude, I mean, didn't I say something about this? I did mention specifically that, like, 2 no trump and 3 clubs were choices. Let's see what people actually say, though. Here we go. No, we first have to give ourselves the big old fat goose egg. There we go. We got 0 on board 1. Perfect. Let's take a look. This was a tricky hand for the panel, with 6 different actions attracting support. But there was almost a majority choice. For competitors, it was a real disaster, producing the lowest scoring hand we've ever had. More than half seemed to assume that partner's 2 heart bid showed some sort of spade raise. So this is absolutely incorrect. If partner had a spade raise, they would bid spades. Like, that's the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand. People treat this as if the auction had gone, like, a spade, a heart, 2 hearts, right? Oh, sorry, chat. Let me move you as well. You can go here. Sure. So I think a lot of people believe that Q-bids show a raise of whatever suit is being bid. And that's true in auctions where, like, you open, the opponent's overcall, and then you Q-bid, right? Or, like, you open, your partner bids something. No, not true. Anyway, like, the classic auction where a Q-bid shows a raise is, like, a club, a heart, 2 hearts. Right? Like, that shows a club raise. Or a spade, 2 hearts, 3 hearts. That shows a spade raise, for example. But in this exact sequence, if you had spades, you would bid spades. So 2 spades would already show a pretty good hand. 3 spades would be invitational to game, opposite partner's range for 1 spade. 4 spades would be a game-forcing raise of spades. Like, is it possible that you have a hand that's better than game forcing opposite partners effective, like, could be a very light hand for 1 spade? Like, I don't know, maybe. How many opponents have psyched in this auction? Like, in theory, if that could happen, then maybe you would go through 2 hearts with that type of hand. But 2 hearts does not show a spade raise. Like, I think that is the primary thing to take away from this. So 2 hearts has to be something else. And then the question comes down to, I mean, we discussed this earlier. I'm not going to go over it again. We'll probably bring it up when we get to panel comments. So, okay, more than half of the blah blah thing assume that partner's 2 heart bid showed some sort of spade raise. Incorrect. The largest group of competitors, more than a third, also chose the distinct underbid of 2 spades. Again, not true. Yeah, absolutely not true. Right? Like, this is not an underbid, 2 spades is forcing, which is, like, what I had kind of talked about earlier, but we'll get to that. To realize how inadequate, note that some panelists are complaining that we did not jump to 2 spades on our first turn. Also mentioned. But I do think still, like, 1 spade is probably fine. Like, it's really close to a 2 spade bid. I will give them that. I think it's, like, on the border. More than half the panel were clear about the meaning of partner's 2 hearts, so let's start there. 2 no trump, partner's 2 hearts is natural, showing 16 plus. Okay, but Yeah, natural showing 16. Okay, fair enough. So partner has a power double with hearts. Seems reasonable. Deweese, 2 hearts is natural. With other strong hands, partner would start with a 2-club cubid. I would have bid 2 spades on the previous round. Pretty reasonable. Yeah, so this is a thing. Like, again, tell us what your agreements are, and then we can make better judgments in the auction. If we don't have a clear agreement, which I think, let me just scroll down a little bit. So yeah, like Matt Nielsland doesn't believe partner has hearts. And I think this illustrates part of the problem with this bidding contest in general, is that they're giving a ton of marks to partner's 2 hearts being natural for like this 2 no trump bid and 3 clubs being a cubid, for example. But the panel doesn't even agree on that. so like, it's what I try and do when I play, which I think is a good way to actually teach people, because I don't know how many of my viewers have played in Bermudables or have, like 5-year-long partnerships with the same person who you discuss like bidding with 5 times a week for hours at a time. But if you're not doing that and you're not building this like really strong partnership and continuing to work on your bidding partnership, you have to make practical choices at the table. And this is a situation where, again, like I'm telling you, if I was in partner's seat and I had a strong hand with hearts, I probably wouldn't bid 2 hearts here. And if I was sitting here facing a 2 heart bid and I didn't know what it meant, I would do something practical that like I thought partner would understand. So, I think one of my choices was 3 clubs. I think 3 clubs is kind of a practical bid at the table. But we'll keep reading. Larry Cohen, 2 no trump. I think 2 hearts is natural. 2 clubs would be the cubid, which is fair enough. Yeah, when the panelists don't have a consensus about what the mid means, you need to have it explained. But again, this is kind of going back to the point about what's the purpose of this bidding contest. It's not a bidding contest. It's a purpose for panelists to sit around and like discuss interesting hands. I think they should just really present it that way. I think they should do away with this dumb scoring system and literally just have this, right? Like, here's the thing, here's the auction, like have the panelists sit and like discuss with the thing. But yeah, the purpose of the bidding contest is for the guy who runs it to give top scores to whoever can read his mind. True. Shiv says interpret 2 hearts as strong with hearts. Couldn't imagine a non-forcing reply like 3 clubs. Yeah. Eric says 2 hearts is clearly natural, but clearly not to others. Exactly. And I think going all the way back to what I was talking about at the start, because I'll re-emphasize this, 2 hearts or 2 clubs needs to be a cubid. Partner needs a way to show a very strong hand, right? Like too strong to make a takeout double and then bid a new suit. And even though, okay, let me backpedal a second, because we can start talking bidding theory on this, right? We're sitting on 8 high card points. The opening bidder has something. The guy who bid 1 heart has something else. I mean, we're assuming no one's psyching, because no one has to be psyching in this auction. We know our partner doesn't have a hand that's good enough to double and cubid and bid a new suit, because there's just not enough high card points in the deck. But our partner doesn't know that we know that. So therefore, partner still needs a way to be able to show this hand, because you can't just like throw out all good hands and be like, well, if partner has a good hand, we just can't do anything. System failure, right? That's not the way that bidding theory works. So partner needs a way to cubid. So we'll start there. The cubid has to be 2 hearts or 2 clubs, because those are the only 2 choices. Like no trump is just no trump in this spot. So then, like, is 2 clubs the cubid or is 2 hearts the cubid? I've made the case for 2 hearts being the cubid, which is that partner is more likely to have a long club suit that they want to play in than a long heart suit that they want to play in. I understand that that might look a little bit weird to other people, but the fact of the matter is North has promised 3 clubs, could have more. South has promised 4 hearts, could have more. So, you know, like, mathematically, just based on the auction, ignore our hand. Here, ignore our hand for a second. On this auction, is it more likely that partner has clubs or hearts? I think the answer is clubs. And now the counterpoint to this is twofold. I think one of it is that partner wouldn't always make a takeout double with clubs in a spot like this. I mean, they should, but like sometimes they'll just shrug and bid some number of no trump, for example, rather than making the takeout double. So that's a possibility that kind of discounts the odds of partner having a long club suit. And secondly, hearts is a more important suit to find a fit in, because a heart game is more valuable than a club game. So, there are arguments on both sides, but like just from a pure math perspective, partner is more likely to have clubs than hearts, is kind of the point. But either way, one of these has to be a cupid. If it was undiscussed, I would treat them both as cupids at the table. Like, that's how much I believe that you should just be on the same wavelength as your partner about auctions and stuff. So, like, if I got this at the table, it's like 2 hearts is a cupid. If partner bid 2 clubs instead, 2 clubs is a cupid. I wouldn't, then I would have a discussion with partner after the hand, and we would establish some rules and guidelines about it. But anyway, Schiff says, being over the clubs and under the hearts is consideration. Problem is that it goes against the fundamental ideas of a takeout double unless you're Italian or European. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that it is clear-cut that 2 hearts should be the cupid and 2 clubs should be natural. I just think that, there's arguments on both sides, and that's what I'm pointing out. And so, I think the main thing on this hand is that, never do this to your partner at the table undiscussed. So this bidding problem really just doesn't exist in the world of, actual bridge playing. I know some people like torturing their partners, but I wouldn't do that. Anyway, going back to panel, let's take a look at what people say. Zia, not clear about what 2 hearts is. He says 2 no trump is a hedge. Eric says one of a major bids are often bluffed. I think it's really dangerous to bid one of a major here as a psych, because the takeout doubler could just have a takeout double, right? This isn't like when they open 2 clubs on your right and you're sitting there with a singleton heart or something, where some people are like, oh, clearly the takeout doubler has a solid heart suit. Let's bid 2 hearts and see if that screws them up. This is a situation where it could still be your side's hand. And even if you have 0 high card points, you don't want to bid 1 heart because your partner might just bid 4 hearts next. And that would be pretty bad for you. So I have seen people psych one of a major in this spot. I don't think it happens as often as you might think. Maybe it does at your games. Maybe that's why I've been getting comments throughout the day about how people will psych one of a major in these positions. But I think this is a dangerous spot for a psych. 2 no trump, partner has a strong hand, either with hearts or with spade support. So this is just blatantly false. We've already said this earlier. Partner can't have spade support. Partner can have 3 spades, which is good. We would want to find a 5-3 spade fit. But partner can't have 4 spades. 2 no trump, if partner continues 3 spades, I'll raise to 4. All sounds good. 2 no, let's show some values, stopper. 2 no, at least this is forcing. 2 spades should also be forcing after 2 hearts in my book, but I'm not that certain. I'm not certain that partner will agree. Yeah, I mean, I absolutely agree with this point. Robson, I confess I may have jumped to 2 spades last time, now need to show some values. 3 no trump. I think 2 hearts is natural. 2 clubs would be the cue. So it looks like a lot of people think 2 clubs would be the cue. Wait, hold on. I just read this comment. On top of that, is 2 hearts really a cue bid? Why not 2 clubs? Can't our partner hold a strong 1-suited hand with hearts? Some people are bidding 3 hearts. This is puzzling. Where are all the hearts? Partner probably has them. It's what we've determined. It's probably partner. Does South have a weak hand with a long suit, or did he psych and partner's 2 hearts is natural? I don't see why they have to have psyched. Like, partner can still have a natural 2 heart bid even without a psych. Anyway, Niels Lynn 3 hearts showing extras. I'm aiming for 4 spades if partner has support. Reasonable, except you're going to end up in 4 hearts because partner's going to raise, which is maybe fine. Singleton queen is okay. 4 hearts, I guess this shows a maximum with a singleton with a maximum for 1 spade. I think we have missed the point here. Once again, 2 hearts did not show spade support. 3 clubs. First of the 3 club bidders. 2 hearts is natural, and a hand too strong to overcall 1 heart. Yep. Reasonable. I have enough for game, so I'll bid 3 clubs and then 3 no trump to express doubt and let partner do the wrong thing. Sure. I would have avoided this. So author says, I would have avoided this problem by starting with a 1 heart overcall on East's hand. I don't think that makes things better. Shiv says, I do like 3 hearts. This has to be the best support partner can be expecting. We could have 3 card heart support over here. Hello? Like, why should partner not follow through with their plan? Like, they have a 19 count with ace king jack 5th of hearts, right? Why would they not follow through on their plan by doubling and then bidding their suit? Like, they would hope that we would raise with queen third, right? And then sure, we have a 4-1 split, but that's okay. I don't think 3 hearts really is the bid. That just can't be right. People are bidding 3 hearts because they're unsure about what 2 hearts is, right? They think 3 hearts is a further cue bid, which, I mean, I guess fine. Right? None of these people are like, I'm trying to raise the heart suit. They're just like, I'm showing extra values with 3 hearts because they think it's a cue bid, when in reality, partner over there sitting on the heart suit is going to treat it as a heart raise. An invitational to game. Migri, 3 clubs, partner's 2 hearts should be natural. He did not know that South was going to bid hearts, so if he has a big double, there's nothing for him to do but bid his long suit. 3 clubs forces to game, keeping all strains in play. Seems reasonable, yeah. Like, again, probably would have been my choice at the table, but I wouldn't be happy with it. You don't mind 3 hearts as a raise? Yeah, I mean, it's not terrible, right? Like, once again, partner doesn't have to bid hearts if they have hearts in this auction. Like, they could bid no trump instead and just presume that the hearts are sitting over them in a spot like this. I agree with you. Like, stiff queen is not terrible when partner does this all on their own. 3 clubs. Partner could have cubed 2 clubs to show a strong hand, so his 2 heart bid shows hearts. I guess everyone's in agreement about that, at least. I'm super max for 1 spade. 3 clubs seeks more info. 3 clubs. Although he comes up with one of the panel's most popular solutions, it's not clear from his comment that Joey's on the same wavelength as he seems to think he's going to play in spades. 3 clubs. Personally, I would have bid 2 spades on the previous round, but that's water under the bridge. Now I'll show my second color, to be followed by a cubit of hearts if given the chance. This is a very good hand on the bidding. Game I take for granted, and slam is my primary interest. I mean, that's ambitious with 0 key cards and no trump queen. That's very ambitious. When the deal occurred in a knockout match, one of our teammates found himself with this problem and came up with the same unsuccessful solution as Jill. Same unsuccessful solution. Okay. 3 spades. Honestly, I'm not quite sure what 2 hearts is. Obviously a good hand, but is a good hand with 3 spades, perhaps? I mean, that would have been my assumption, going based off of the idea that 2 hearts might be the cue bid as opposed to 2 clubs, but Regardless, I'm not broke, so 3 spades will be a bid to show my 5th spade and some high cards. I think very reasonable. Like, honestly, everyone on the panel gets full marks. Like, honestly, I get full marks. Can I just give myself 10? Is that fair? We'll stick with 0. He'll discover he has the trump queen when his 4-heart cupid gets passed. True. So what is partner's 2 hearts? Would he not cupid 2 clubs with a good spade raise? No! Dude, no! You would raise with a good spade raise! Oh my god! I'm losing my fucking mind! Why do people think that you would cupid when you have a fit in this auction? This just doesn't make sense! Okay. At the table, East had... Alright, let's actually break down this East hand. So they're stiff, Ace-Jack 6th, Ace-King 4th, Ace-Jack Doubleton. So it's 19 with a 6-card heart suit. Yep, you got a double. So you double, it goes a heart, a spade by partner, pass on your right, and then you figure that you have to do something smart. I mean... Oh, don't worry, Eric. It was not the panelist this time. This was the Mark Smith, the guy who runs the thing. That's the guy. He once again has posited that cupids show a race of spades. God, what are you supposed to do with this hand? Over 1 spade. Disaster. I mean, I would probably bid a no trump, I guess. Like, 2 hearts is fine. I just, like, I wouldn't want to put partner in this position to try and interpret a 2-heart bid. It's okay if partner interprets it as hearts, but it's pretty bad if partner interprets it some other way, I think. So 1 no trump at least gets our hand across. We have stoppers and hearts and clubs. Great. We don't have a spade fit. Good. And we have, 19 to whatever high card points, like 19 to 21. Yep. Check all the boxes. We could miss out on heart game. I think it's demonstrably unlikely that we miss out on heart game when our left-hand opponent has bid hearts and our hearts are this weak. Like, yeah, hearts could be 6-4-3 around the table, partner having, like, king 10 third, and cool, we can pick up the hearts by hooking the 9 for no losers. But more realistically, hearts are going to look something like this. Partner with a small singleton. We have 3 heart losers. Let's just bid a no trump. I think a no trump is probably the bid. Anyway, Ace-Jack 8, 6th is not your cup of tea for a power double showing hearts. It's barely a suit. I would tend to agree, but you also have a 19 count. I mean, you can't overcall heart with this. Your hand is way too good. You just miss out on 3 no trumps so often when you overcall heart. It just goes a heart all pass. I think that's a big issue. Yeah, like if we really only had like 16 with this hand, I would overcall heart. But with 19... Oh, you tried to agree with the no trump bid? Fair enough. So a 1-heart overcall in the first round would have been better. Incorrect, but he was seduced by 19 high card points. Great. Was not to know that South was going to confuse the auction by bidding hearts. With South holding only 4 hearts, king 10 9 4th, 4 hearts loses only 1 spade and 2 trumps. 3 no trump is hopeless, but not as bad as the contract my expert teammates ended up in. Concluding that 2 hearts agreed spades, West jumped to 3 spades and East, assuming partner knew what was going on, passed... Huh? Of course we conceded a boring minus 420, defending 4 hearts at our table. Of course you did. So North-South had 13 high card points in total for the bidding. Let's see, we had 8 and partner had 19. Yeah, I guess they did. What was the vulnerability? It was... non-vulnerable imps. They opened a club on our left. What were partners' clubs? Ace-Jack Doubleton. Hearts were 4-2. I don't think I want to be in 4 hearts on these cards. No one's vulnerable. Hearts are at least 4-2. I think I would be happy to play a part square. I don't know. Maybe 4 hearts is fine. I mean, it is imps after all. Yeah, I don't know who bid what. I mean, obviously people were very excited about their hands somewhere. Okay, what happened on this one? Hand 2. Yeah, pass over 3 spades is pretty insane, I agree. I think you just bid 3-0 with the other hand. 3 spades has to be forcing. So 2 spades, 4 diamonds, pass. I did specifically say that 5 hearts I thought would be a very popular choice among the panel. This is specifically asking for spade control. But I really don't think that we get to... You know, I never paused to consider that this probably also gets us to a Grand Slam. Well, more importantly, I think the whole point of the discussion is going to be what do 5 clubs and 4 spades mean? And we'll see what the panel says. My suspicion is that the panel is going to agree with my analysis, which is that 4 spades shows a good 5 heart bid and 5 clubs shows a good 5 diamond bid. But we'll see. Okay. Although, we got 8 for 4 spades. I don't think I mind any of the bids on this one. Like, 4 spades, I mean, 5 clubs is whatever. It seems weird, but we'll see what they say. 5 hearts is fine. Although only just a majority was the panel's largest vote for a single action, it was another tough board for main competition entrants, with just over a third choosing to give simple preference in game. That's obviously incorrect. Whilst every member of the panel was looking for slam. 5 hearts, 4 diamonds was described as strong 5-5. 5 hearts, when in doubt about slam, invite. If I had to guess the final contract, it would be 6 hearts, but partner may be stretching, especially with 6-5, so I'll give him some room. 5 hearts, asking for spade control. 5 hearts, asking for spade control. 5 hearts, asking for spade control. Or you could argue that I'm just inviting slam, seems reasonable. 5 hearts inviting is weird. I mean, it's weird if you don't have another way to invite, which is why I kind of advocate for this 5 or 4 spades and 5 clubs to be those types of bids, but we'll see what the panel say. Like, sometimes you do just have to have this 5 heart bid as a slam invite. You know, like, let me try and think of an example. The auction goes a heart, 2 diamonds on your left. No, sorry, a heart, 4 diamonds on your left. Preempt. Well, what are you supposed to do with more than a 4 heart bid? I mean, you could bid 5 diamonds, but that's probably like showing a diamond control or something. Like, I think 5 hearts is probably some sort of generic slam try in this spot, like 4 no trumps key card, right? So I'm not sure. There are some clearer examples, but that was the one that I came up with off the top of my head. Larry and Matt's with the back-to-back nuance views. 5 hearts. If 4 diamonds is strong, I want to invite slam. Some think 5 hearts asks specifically for spade control. Okay, I can live with that. Seems reasonable. 5 hearts. Normally this asks for good trumps. But not when there's been some competition. It asks partner to bid slam if he controls the opponent's suit. I mean, this is a relatively common agreement, but exactly where it comes up, I mean, we can see that the panel also is a bit undecided about that. If the he controls the opponent's suit, this is actually a common typo that I see when I'm texting. This is they. If they controls the... I mean, it looks like, based on the rest of the sentence, this is just supposed to be removed. But yeah, to me, when I see this typed into my phone, it was because I tried to type they, and the phone auto-corrected. you recently had a case where this convention would have helped a lot. It is relatively common because, like, how do you get to slam if you can't cubid the opponent's suit? Well, you have to ask partner if they have a cubid. And if you start cubiding yourself, your partner might, like, also cubid, and that could be a problem. Like, imagine if 4 spades was a cubid, right? And then we cubid 5... we cubid 4 spades and partner cubids 5 clubs back. How do we know if partner has a whatever control? Or let's say we cubid 5 clubs, like denying a spade control. I don't know. I can't think of a good example. I know this exists. You know what? I know this exists. It's a thing. Look, see, everyone else is saying it too. I promise this is a real thing. If you hadn't heard of it. But I'm not doing a very good job explaining it or coming up with examples. Andy Hung. If I was sure that partner would understand 5 clubs as a cubid, I would do that. In the absence of agreements, I'll jump to 5 hearts, which I hope is asking for a spade control. Looks like device was close to my train of thought. Let's see. No worries. You can jump ahead. I'm kind of going at my own pace. Bidding 5 hearts is the traditional way to ask for spade control. If partner continues with 5 spades, I will make a grand slam try. I think this is pretty reasonable, actually. So, you know, I'm kind of backpedaling. I like the 5 heart bid in retrospect. I mean, I still like 4 spades. I don't understand what's going on with 5 clubs, but let's see. 4 spades would be our way of setting hearts, so this shows a heart fit without a spade control. My worry that I'm perhaps a bit too strong for this bid. Yeah, I would tend to agree with that. When I was constructing hands, I thought it was kind of impossible for partner not to have a spade control. So I think partner's always bidding over 5 hearts, which means that it's relatively safe anyway. But Baldiz, this should ask for a spade control to get to 6 hearts. It's not clear how we can get to a grand slam if that's right, although it's hard to imagine what more partner could need looking at what I've got. Partner bids 5 spades. I think 5 no should be ace asking. Interesting. Yeah, not unreasonable. 5 hearts, do we have enough to insist on slam? If spades are controlled, we believe that's a yes. I mean, obviously, partner showed a strong hand. Andrew was one of the only of a couple panelists to even consider not bidding slam. 5 hearts quantitative. Bid 6 with a spade control. Wait, it can't be both. Bro, you can't have it both ways here. This is a marginal as partner may have been pushing. I don't know. How could partner really be pushing, right? Like, is partner just overcalling like king fifth and out? They're just like, yep, 2 spades, 3 spades, king fifth, gotta get in there, 5-5, come alive. My second choice would be to rein it in with 4 hearts. What? Excuse me? I haven't seen some of the overcalls juniors make. I don't think juniors would be overcalling 3 spades on 5-5 with 2 kings. I mean, I was a junior once. I know that might be unbelievable to some, but it happened. It was many, many years ago. Probably like at least 50 years ago. But I was there. 5 clubs. I'm worth 1 try for slam. 5 clubs. I hope it won't be passed out. Everyone's been there. You know, your partner makes one of these 2 suited bids and you like bid the only unbid suit expecting it to be a cubid and it just goes all past. Like the tray comes back to the other side of the room and your right hand opponent looks around and can't scoop up their bidding cards fast enough. You're just like, how did this happen? Partner, why are you doing this to me? If I had a spade control, I would bid 4 spades. Partner doesn't know which suit I'm agreeing on. Okay. 5 clubs. I think this is a cue for partner. Can't bid clubs naturally unless I jump. Interesting. Must also deny a spade control. I'm going to bid a slam. Yeah. How strong is strong? I have seen this done on Ace Jack 5th squared and announced as forcing king. Guys, does anyone understand that 3 spades already shows a really good hand? Because you're forcing your partner to the 4 level? White, like, it has to be better than a hand that's already really good. No. No. Okay. Alan gets it. You know, we're going to get to the bottom, and Mark is going to be like, yeah, and so Declare had like King Queen 5th, like King Jack 5th, and out. And I'm just like, what? I think Doubleton, King Jack 5th, Ace King 6th, the Void probably has to bid 4 diamonds. Why? Like, what do you bid 3 spades with then? What do you mean 4 diamonds? Dude! Oh my god. 5 clubs. It is tempting to just blast 6 hearts, but that might miss 7. Or have 2 losers when partner stretched with something like... At least partner is 6-5 here. Well, they were 6-5 here as well. But they're 6-5, like, in a good way. 3 spades promises 0 high card points. Yeah, it really does. Really like to use 6 ace key card over 5 diamonds. Sure. 5 clubs. I plan on looking for a grand slam. Should partner bid 5 spades? I'll bid 5 now and then 6 hearts. Yep. 4 spades slam try. 4 spades, I have a good hand. The possibilities are 4 spades, 5 clubs, and 5 no trump. Yeah, not really mentioned or considered. I think there are just better alternatives, but 5 no is fine. You know, sometimes diamonds could be the right slam. This was imps after all. Start with 4 spades to see what partner does. With our values essentially key cards, we would like to partner to Blackwood, so why not leave him room? That was one of my comments, that I want partner to Blackwood. But again, I think it's important for 4 spades to show hearts. Otherwise, we don't know what key card it is. I have a monster. I'd like partner to bid 4 no trump. What is 5 clubs? 4 spades, I'd like to queue 5 clubs, but I'm worried partner may not interpret my intentions. Again, someone worried that partner's going to pass 5 clubs. 5 hearts is a possibility. Oh, there was a 5 no trump. Pick a slam. Way too aggressive with most partners, but it states strong now. So, smiley face. Hesitant smiley face. Alright. More and more pairs are agreeing to play leaping and non-leaping Michaels. I don't think I did that. And will recognize the hand when it is in front of their face. How many have considered how to continue when it actually happens? Some discussions. Okay, here we have a great hand when partner shows a strong 2-suiter. At the table, partner held Singleton, King Jack 10 5th, Ace King Queen 5th, King Queen Doubleton. Yeah, got it. That's a strong hand. Perfect. Out of our 1 out of 1 sample, partner had a real hand for their bid. Not surprised that when partner showed a strong hand, they have it. So slam in either red suit was an easy make. Everyone who bids something other than 4 hearts or 5 diamonds is likely to get there on this combination. Absolutely. So, no problem. They should really just give 10 to all of 4 spades, 5 clubs, and 5 hearts then. Because, I mean, like, again, the entire panel was just basically like, we're going to bid a slam. I mean, save for Robson and 1 other person. Okay. Board 3. What happened here? I'm scrolling. Okay, I got 4 points for 4 spades. I don't remember this hand. Well, I'll take a look before I read the comments. Was this another one that I kind of felt like didn't make a lot of sense? Oh, this hand. Right. Eric, you bid 3 hearts. Well done. What was 3 hearts? Yeah, I think, I mean, a lot of these bids just kind of like pass the buck back to partner, because we know that 4 hearts is not the right game. Like, it's fine to show hearts, but I don't really see how that helps partner make a decision. We'll see. There are a lot of votes for 4 diamonds. I didn't actually consider this bid. 4 diamonds might be okay. Oh yeah, I remember. I remember saying that 3 diamonds was going to get the top marks. But that the whole point is that we bid 3 diamonds and partner bids 3 spades, and now we have to once again do a thing. 4 diamonds is actually really cute. I think this will get us to a club slam a lot of the time. I like this bid. Yeah, I really like this bid. I think this should be easily interpretable by partner. And partner will know that we're asking them to pick between the black suits. Yeah, I like 4 diamonds. 3 diamonds is fine, you know, like, I don't mind people making this bid, but I think it's really important to know what their follow-up is, because partner always 100% of the time bids 3 spades over this. And then, you know, like, we have to go from there. Okay, let's see. The panel offers 7 different solutions to this tricky problem, but although no single action comes close to attracting a majority, 2 similar choices dominate the field, with competitors offering a couple more equally valid answers. I'm afraid the marking after the top 2 is fairly arbitrary, as are all of the scores. So everyone else scores close to average. Let's start with a lone voice that seems to make some sense. And if right, we'll likely earn a big swing. 5 fucking no trump. Oh, shit. Oh my god, Migri. Don't do this. Do they pattern it out with random 5, 4, 1, 3 hands? I would not, choosing 2 no trump instead. What? I mean, the whole purpose of the 3 level is to pattern out. That's like how all auctions are. Like, this isn't just in this specific sequence, we don't want to pattern out. No, you always want to pattern out. Like, 3 clubs shows 3, 3 diamonds shows 3, 2 no trump shows 5, 4, 2, 2. What's the problem? Like, we need partner to be able to evaluate with this hand that no trump is correct. If partner bid 3 diamonds, we would have bid 3 no trump with our hand, because we have clubs stopped opposite partner's singleton. No. Migri has missed the point. What did she get for this? She beat me with 5 no trump? Fuck off. Alright, we're moving on. One large faction knew roughly what partner had, but hoped he could tell them more. Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Of course 3 diamonds is going to get a lot of panel votes because they're waiting for partner to do something. But you know what partner's going to do? 14% of respondents... Oh, wait a second, they did? What? Oh my god! What is wrong with you people? Chat, which one of you voted for 5 no trump? There are 19 people in here, and 14% is about 1 in 7. So almost 3 of you have voted for 5 no trump. Don't be shy. Speak up. Some bid 3 no with their diamond stuff. That's true. At least that didn't score any points. I'm happy about that. Some passed. Oh my god. Like, honestly, pass could be a winner. Pass could definitely... This was match points, right? Oh, Zimps. Okay, I don't like pass. At match points, pass could honestly be a winner. I think it's anti-percentage, but it could definitely work. 2 hearts feels not forcing. How is 5 no trump? See? Do you understand why I'm appalled at, like, 4 spades getting scored lower than 5 no? Oh, God, dude. Yeah, so, like, 3 diamonds is totally fine. I think, honestly, they should have just given us the problem at 3 diamonds, 3 spades. And now what do we do? Because partner's always bidding 3 spades. Partner's not doing anything else. Partner's already showed their hand. I mean, do we really expect partner to bid 4 clubs with 5, 4, 0, 4? I wouldn't. I don't think partner should bid 4 clubs with 5, 4, 0, 4. Partner still needs to leave us room to do whatever it is we're doing with 3 diamonds. So partner's just going to make a cheap bid. I mean, maybe they bid 3 hearts, and the point is we can then bid 3 spades. And now it feels better. I don't know. I don't have a lot of respect for the three diamond bidders because I think they're not I don't have respect for the three diamond bidders if they don't go on to say what they're doing over three spades. Being like, this is a flexible bid, I'm waiting. Like, great. But I don't think that's the point of this question. It's like, what is the best game? And certainly four spades is the best game. 5 or 6 clubs could be correct, though. Yeah, that all sounds fine and dandy, but finally I agree with the columnist. But what clever descriptive bid are you expecting from partner to show with his good 5-4-1-3 shape and no diamond honor? 3 diamonds, the non-Q bid. I'm looking for 6 clubs. Should partner actually hold 4 of them, or a prosaic 4 spades if not? Trick, of course, is to figure out how many clubs partner has. Yeah. Like, this I like. I mean, this is basically my stance on the problem as well. 3 diamonds, 4 suit, we should be in some game, but which one? 3 clubs doesn't have to be 4. But with the force taken in the short trump hand, it might still be the best of our 7 card fits. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it still looks like 4 spades is better than 5 clubs most of the time. Largest faction do something similar, but leave the decision to partner. I think that's really important, leaving the decision to partner. 4 diamonds, surely this must be pick a game, agree. Perfect hand, club support and nothing wasted in diamonds, over to you. 4 diamonds, Larry Cohen. In America, we call this a bloomer after the late Lou Bloom. I have heard this term. It shows all working cards with nothing wasted in partner's known short suit. Probably not the way to score well in a bidding contest, but it is a perfect description here. Sometimes you just never know, Larry. Jill is also not expecting top marks. 4 diamonds, I may be the only panelist to make this bid, but I'm making an impossible 4 diamond bid, otherwise known as a bloomer. I didn't actually know that this was so common. I've heard the term, but I wasn't really familiar with the idea. Maybe I was at some point in the past, but I've forgotten. Can't hold diamonds, so this tells partner I have a great hand for this auction, with nothing wasted. Andy Hung, they call it a bloomer, right? Nothing wasted in diamonds, good hand? I mean, great. Actually, if I had known that, I would absolutely have just bid 4 diamonds, because that seems clear. I mean, I basically bid 4 spades with the same intention. So, like, my 4 spade bid was basically this hand, which I guess is described by a 4 diamond call. Anyway. I didn't know or remember what a bloomer or anti-splinter was, so I'll celebrate by making use of it. Deweese, time to show our partner our hand. Maybe partner can still be 5-4-1-3. Absolutely. Lots of 4 diamond bids. The rest were all prepared to suggest a suit. Let's start with those who thought hearts might be the place to play. Well, that's just incorrect. I have a great hand, and this seems a sensible way forward. 4 clubs sounds like at least 5. Is 3 hearts forcing? I mean, partner should also know that 4 hearts is not the right contract, because partner's looking at a stiff diamond. That's not true, though. Our hand could be like 1-3-4-5, right? Or 1-3-5-4. Yeah, from partner's perspective, we might have like the ace of diamonds and spade shortness, and we get to rough a spade. We like win the opening diamond lead, so partner doesn't get forced. Yeah, okay. It's even worse than I thought. I think 3 hearts should be forcing, though. Bergen, 4 hearts. When I submitted the problem, I thought it was difficult, and I still do. Obviously, on this auction, I have a great hand. I just wish I had an economical forcing bid, but can't find one. So some people also aren't aware of the 4 diamond bid, which just like has this meaning. That's good to know. That's a really useful thing. I mean, I came to the conclusion that 4 spades should show that hand, but obviously if 4 diamonds does, then 4 spades should be different. I wonder what 4 spades should show then. I don't know. 4 hearts, I've denied a primary spade fit, or 4 hearts, but lay the 3 club bid. I have a good hand, I'll let partner choose. I think 4 hearts just gets passed, and we know for a fact that 4 hearts is not the right strain. So that seems incorrect. 4 hearts, this should be a Q suggesting clubs. Well, 4 diamonds apparently is that bid. 4 clubs forcing. Would prefer to hold 5 clubs, but no base perfect. 4 diamonds would probably also show a hand of our kind. Will the panel agree? Yeah, fair enough. 4 clubs, we could be making a slam. Partner's going to expect a 5th club, but if she has extra length in the major, she won't raise clubs. Only Kathy commits to playing in spades. 4 spades, I have the perfect honor structure for playing a 5-2. True. Okay, what's going on? Whether East has 3 clubs or 4, it seems to me that playing in that suit is likely to be best, assuming the defense... What? Excuse me? Okay, incorrect. Great. Glad we have this expert analysis. He meant not. Likely not best. I don't think so. He follows it up with, if you only have 7 card fits, you would surely prefer to take the force in the short trump hand, which can only be clubs. I don't think that entire sentence is also a typo. So, no, I mean, this is just a misevaluation, right? It has... No, you're not an idiot. No, the only person that's an idiot is whoever wrote this sentence. We'll just blame the editor of the article. I'm sure it wasn't Mark Smith. Is that the guy's name? I keep forgetting. Couldn't possibly have been him, right? It's got to be the editor that changed, like, put words into his mouth. I mean, this sentence is true. Right? Like, this is true. Like, this idea that we want to take forces in the short trump hand tends to be correct. But you have to consider that 5 clubs is a 5-level contract and 4 spades is a 4-level contract. So you can afford to lose 1 fewer trick, or 1 more trick. And we even constructed some hands where 4 spades is just a good spot, and 5 clubs is basically down off the top. The East hand was Ace Queen 5th, King Queen 10 4th, Singleton, Ace Jack 3rd. Cool. So on 2 rounds of diamonds, we would ruff, and let's see, what's the play from there? We would have crossed in hearts and run the Jack of Spades. And if the King of Spades is on side, we can afford to lose 2 spade tricks and a diamond trick. So we would then just stop pulling trumps after taking 2 spades. And otherwise, if the King of Spades is offside, we're going to get forced again. We probably need the suit to split 3-3. But that's okay. So, 50% of the time we basically make the game, and the other 50% we need the suit to split 3-3, leaving it a bit less than 2/3 chance of making the game in spades. How does 5 clubs do on 2 rounds of diamonds? I mean, so, okay, anyway, moving on. Hearts seems to be the least good choice. I mean, yeah, we knew that going in. Long trump hand and a 4-3 fit, getting forced to trick 2. But apparently you also make a game in hearts. Good to know. So 5-0 wouldn't have worked out so well? I mean, you don't know that. 6 clubs could be on. Clubs 3-3, spades 3-3, king of spades on side. What's the problem? Like, I don't see the issue here. Anyway, hand 4. How did we do? Hey, look at this! The obvious bid scored top marks. What do you know? We did it. Wow, we are so good. You got 7 points, Eric, for the 6 no trump. Oh, That was not the bid that I thought you made. That's probably not the bid. Okay. 4 diamonds. There are some advocates for 4 hearts. I think 4 hearts is reasonable, but I don't know. Just like, where are we going? Let's just bid our diamond suit and, unlike on the previous hand, wait for more information. There's no majority vote here, with the panel split just about 3 ways, with nearly 2/3 of competitors also supporting one of those choices. You bid 6 no, you don't want to play 6 diamonds, as a heart is surely getting roughed at trick 1. I don't think that is all that likely. I think partner's most likely type of hand for the 3 no bid is a heart stopper with a good club suit. When we're looking at this good diamond suit. Partner doesn't have a diamond fit, so, you know, is it possible partner has king, queen, jack, 4th of hearts? Sure. Or, you know, king, jack, 4th or whatever, and a heart gets roughed? Is it possible that hearts are 8, 3, 2, 0 around the table? It's possible. Partner holding jack, 4th of hearts, I don't really think is all that likely. I think partner has the king or the queen jack, maybe. Like queen jack 3rd is possible in the heart suit. I think the king is pretty likely. I mean, I think if I had to guess partner's hand just based on the auction, something like ace queen 3rd, king and 1, like double 10, and ace king jack 6th. I don't know, something like that. Seems a pretty likely candidate. What quality suits opponents are overcalling vulnerable versus not? I mean, they could just have a diamond void. Like, I don't know, but I'm kind of trusting partner to have a 3 no trump bid here, as opposed to the opponents necessarily having a 3 heart bid. You also overcall with garbage? It's fair. We'll take a look at the end of the hand. I mean, we will get one example because it seems our author does like to show off the hands. 6 diamonds, who knows? 6 diamonds by Robson. I don't mind a lot of these jumps to slam when you have a void. So I think it tends to be pretty reasonable. And it can definitely work. I don't really hate the 6 diamond bid. It's fine. Deweese, since I'm guessing I want the opponents to also guess on lead. Makes sense. 6 diamonds, it'll be difficult to learn what East holds for his 3 no bid. So let's hide that we don't have a spade control from the defenders. Reasonable. 6 diamonds, partner's bid may be based on a long club suit she hopes to run, but I'm betting mine is longer and runnier. That's a phrase. Of course, I may not be able to reach her hand, or they may cash 2 spades, but I cannot think of a more scientific approach. Well, I can't think of a less scientific approach than 6 diamonds. 6 diamonds. This might be wrong opposite blah. Yep. Bill will be okay if he has king 3rd, queen 10 3rd, jack and 1, ace king 5th. Sure. Couple take the same approach but came up with a different solution. There's a couple of 6 no trumps. I'm definitely not proud of this, but I'm hoping that 990 or 1020 will be a good match point score. Oh, right, it was match points. We could be called for 7 or have no play for any slam. Yeah. I mean, I'm a little bit worried that we're just like off both black aces, which I think is possible. It's a little bit difficult to construct hands from partner that don't have the club ace, but I'm sure I could come up with some. 6 no, partner has the values for a bid, but he doesn't rate to have too many wasted high cards and hearts. I'm betting on him having great clubs and at least the spade king. Sure. The rest opt for trying to identify the best contract. 4 hearts, Cupid, slam try. Sure. Larry highlights one significant reason for going slowly. 4 hearts. I could just leap to 6, but if partner bids 4 spades, I will try some more for the grand. I mean, obviously, like, going slow if you want to investigate a grand slam is the thing to do. Partner could have quite a good hand. Ace king 3rd, king jack 3rd, jack 10 3rd, king 10 4th. Yep, partner could easily have that. 4 hearts, first cue, I could just bid 6 diamonds, give North a blind lead, but maybe we can make 7. Does this not seem like an obvious first step? We haven't even gotten to the 4 diamond bidders. 4 hearts, I have a good hand. Let's see if he can cue 4 spades. 4 hearts, monster. Yep. The largest faction on the panel just preferred an alternative with the same objective. Both 4 clubs and 5 clubs sound natural. Agree. So let's set trumps and go for the slow approach. I mean, 5 clubs maybe should be exclusion. I'm not sure whether I'll get to show the club void, but we do want to try to get to a grand slam. Maybe bidding 4 hearts is better, so we can get a better tempo auction after a 4 spade cue from partner, or lack thereof. But might 4 hearts be misunderstood as shortness in hearts and a 3 suited hand? I don't think so. I mean, we can't really, like, spades is not playable. 4 clubs is forcing. So, like, I don't really see how 4 hearts would be misinterpreted. Erdem summarizes the case for the panel's largest action. 4 diamonds partner showed opening values with heart stopper, so my hand is worth at least slam. I mean, I would like to get to a slam, but, you know, sometimes it just doesn't make. I'll set the suit with 4 diamonds, a partner bids 4 hearts. An easy 5 clubs to show the need for a spade control. Seems reasonable. There is, of course, like, this split question, right, of how much science do you want to do versus how much bashing. And sometimes hands with voids tend to be better if they're just bashed. But it's always close. 4 diamonds, natural slam try. Maygree comes up with the month's worst prediction, although her selection does get 10 marks, which is not always the case. 4 diamonds, unanimous panel. See, that's what I thought. Like, it would never occur to me to bid anything other than 4 diamonds on this hand. But here we are. David was tempted, but has been there before. Those who predict a 100% panel vote for a totally obvious bid are often rebuffed with far from it. The panel was split 5 ways. So I'll merely say that I have a strong hand with reviewable diamonds and would like to hear a cue bid. Surely it can't have become unfashionable to describe your hand to partner. True, true. 4 diamonds, the other option is to jump to slam. 4 diamonds, I'm tempted to just bid 6, but we might be cold for 7, set trumps. 4 diamonds for now, let's see how partner reacts. Doubtless by bidding 5 clubs. Yeah, I mean, but that's also good, right? Because, well, probably good. Because, like, now we miss out on getting to a bad slam. I mean, I don't know. Maybe this isn't good because at match points they were just always going to lead a club or something, or heart, and we were going to make the slam. But at least science, right? We get to stay in 5 diamonds and go plus. Okay. 4 diamonds, play this one straight, trade off by letting the villains in on what is going on, while exploring to find out if we have a slam or a grand slam. Seems reasonable. Kathy is on her own with the approach, which is suggested by others, perhaps risky, or risk being misinterpreted. 4 clubs. Yeah, I don't think that's a cue bid. Schiff says, like how you and Maygree disagree, couldn't possibly disagree more on number 3 and couldn't possibly agree more on number 4. True. Yeah, every once in a while, I am in agreement with some of the panel members. The big advantage of starting with 4 diamonds is that you will hear 4 spades from partner. Would his failure to cue bid hearts perhaps set alarm bells ringing about the likely distribution of the heart suit after North's vulnerable preempt? Also marked, look, Eric, you're getting some positive support from the article writer. Also marked with at most the Queen Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds in the red suit, is he not very likely to hold Ace Ace King in the black suits? At the table, my man, at the table, my man bid 6 diamonds. Who's his man? Which was unluckily, but spectacularly unsuccessful. Okay. East held, Ace 3rd, Queen 9 4th, Singleton Jack, Ace King 5th. So there are 12 top tricks and 6 no trump. Unfortunately, the defense against 6 diamonds went heart lead ruffed, spade return ruffed, heart ruffed, spade ruffed, down 3. Well, that was not the main concern, was it? Okay. I mean, it's not like starting with 4 diamonds stops us from reaching 6 no trump, right? Like, I think there's been like a huge miss here by I mean, okay, he gave top marks to 4 diamonds, fair enough. But saying that 6 no trump is the right bid when like 4 diamonds still allows us to get to 6 no trump. Anywho. Even if West realizes their hearts are likely to be 2-7-4-0 around the table, it's still incredibly unlucky to find spades also breaking 7. Exactly. Sadly, even passing 3 no trump would have scored well above average as half the field played in 5 diamonds down 2. Okay, yeah, reasonable. Presumably after a similar start. Yeah, I don't think we were getting to 5 diamonds over 4 diamonds. I don't know exactly where we would have gotten, but I mean, if partner shows both black aces and the club king, we can just count our tricks in no trump, so we wouldn't have any issue sticking the hand in no trump at that point. But anywho, cute hand. Maybe we would. I guess there's no guarantee we have an entry to partner's hand on a spade lead. Oh, but a spade lead is... A spade lead would be weird from the player on our right when we have queen 10 third. Anyway, moving on. Board 5. This one. Hey, look at that. We did pretty well. I mean, this was actually a good problem. This one, the problem makes sense. Because this is like actually a good bidding contest problem, this hand. Because you start thinking about hands that partner can hold, and you can narrow down possibilities and then like come to the conclusion that pass is just clearly correct. And that's basically what we did, right? We first thought about hearts, which is generally your first instinct. When partner makes a takeout double, you think about betting your long suit. Then we gave brief consideration to 3 no trump, which didn't seem like it had much going for it. We just don't have enough values, really. And we thought about passing the double, and it looks like most of the time it's just going to work out. So let's see what people said. At last, a breather for the markers. There are only a handful of possible choices. No majority vote from the panel, but they are mostly split between 2 options. For competitors, it's a 3-way choice, but everyone scores well enough to make this one of the month's highest scoring hands. For some, it was simply a choice of which game. 3 no trump. Let's hope that 3 no trump is better than 4 hearts. Don't want to bypass 3 no. Difficult decision. My partner can double with a medium hand shortened clubs. I do want to find out where the panel lies on what the weakest hand is for this balancing double. Could be right to play in a suit, as dummy will be able to overruff LHO and clubs. 3 no, perhaps we have a better game in a 4-4 heart fit, but we have no way to find out. For others, it was a choice between following Hammond and choosing to defend. 3 no trump, I might pass against certain opponents. Maybe I should pass, but that's a bit unilateral. I mean, so is 3 no trump, right? Both bids are unilateral. That's what preempts do. Deweese. I'm not sure about this, but partner tries to balance with a double on a lot of shapes. So it's important not to go for the penalty pass in close spots. So far, no one has constructed hands for partner. Really important to do in bidding. Jessica, oh my god, I can't highlight. Jessica sums up the case for this faction and earns comment of the month honors for pointing out the malfunction with her equipment. 3 no, yuck. I don't like pass 3 no or 4 hearts, but I have to choose something. When in doubt, 3 no trump. It would depend a bit on whom I'm playing with. Some people have very solid, vulnerable opening preempts. Then maybe 4 hearts would be a more attractive option. Pass isn't really a good option for a long-time partnership, and I don't seem to have a 3-heart card in my bidding box. True. Yeah. Larry also seems to have a problem with his tools. 4 hearts. If only there were a 3.5 heart bid available. I have too much to bid only 3 hearts. I'm too afraid to pass, and 3 no feels wrong. 4 hearts. I'm hoping partner's not the optimistically balancing kind. 4 hearts. My first thought was 3 no, but I really need the club 10 for that. I don't think the club 10 matters. I think it matters a little bit if clubs are 6, 4, 2, 1 around the table. Like if left-hand opponent leads a double 10 and he sticks in the 10, now we can't just win the queen. Whereas if we had queen 10 fourth, then we could. But even losing 3 club tricks like that, I mean, we still get our queen of clubs, because if East doesn't cash out, then, well, I guess they wouldn't have to. They could just keep communication. Anyway, obviously the 10 of clubs would make things a little bit better. It's too likely South will have side entry after the clubs are cleared. How? What do you mean South will have a side entry? What? They have ace, king, jack, 10 of clubs. Like, what side entry? They opened 3 clubs. Are these the panelists who are just like, well, I've got an 11 count, it's not enough to open, but like ace, king, jack, 10, 7 of clubs and an outside king, I mean, you gotta bid something with that. I guess it's 3 clubs. Like, that's not what 3 clubs means. I mean, sure, like, left-hand opponent might have king doubleton, or even singleton king in the club suit or something like that. King of clubs overtaken, jack of clubs, 10 of clubs, 9 of clubs. But anyway, blah, 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 blah. Partner need not have the perfect distribution. She wants to give me the chance to convert for penalties. Next thought was 4 clubs. Wait, partner wants to give you the chance to convert for penalties. You could. There's a way to do that. You can pass. Next thought was 4 clubs to persuade partner to bid her longer major. Well, maybe 3 hearts is best. When I first received Christian's answer, I wondered if there was a translation issue with 4 clubs, quatre coeurs, being the French for 4 hearts. Oh, I see. Yeah, I was just like, this does mean 4 hearts, but if they wrote that, then you wouldn't have recorded it as 4 clubs. Okay, but 4C, okay, I understand the miscommunication. Languages are challenging. But then Barnett piped in with the same choice, so perhaps it is an option of sorts, although Liz explains above why it does not attract more support. 4 clubs, passed or 3 no trump could easily be right too. The largest fraction chooses to take the money. Pass. The new norm, Zia. I've been doing this since before you were born. That there's no way that's true. At least it's exciting. Pass. This seems like the mainstream action these days. I like how all of these panelists are just catching on to something that like I was routinely doing when I played pro like 15 years ago. This tickles me in a way that you can't possibly imagine. I mean, to be fair, like I was part of the contingent of like the John Hurd, Kevin Bathurst, like Joe Grew people who were also doing this, just like passing doubles and collecting penalties against people when everyone else was playing takeout doubles or for takeout. Americans are just ahead of our time, I think is what we've learned. Andy Hung, pass. Am I scared? Yep. I hope partner hasn't balanced with a 4x1 8 count. Okay. Now I have a mark that people think that partner should be balancing with a 4x1 8. Granted, Andy Hung is from Australia, so we have to temper our expectations of what the rest of the world might balance with. But I think this is reasonable. Like, I don't know if 8 count is the right low bar, but somewhere in that vicinity I think is about right. Even then, the Diamond King and the Heart Ace would be enough to get a small plus, with everyone who bids game on our cards going minus. Exactly. Like, this is a huge point. A lot of people don't understand that, like, minus 670 is bad, but so is like going minus 200 when you have plus 500 available. Pass. Let him play for twice the price. Seems to offer much better odds than guessing how many hearts to bid. Lots of passes. The lead problem those to follow is a factor. I think you just lead the diamond ace, but I agree. Choice of opening lead is very much part of the problem. Diamond ace, yep. Pass, good potential in defense with the diamond lead. The rest all highlighted the primary reason for passing. Pass. The choices are pass, 3 no trump, and 4 hearts. Any could be right, so rather than pick the wrong game, I'm trying to go plus defending. Pass, not knowing where to declare for a plus, I will shoot it out right here, hoping for 500 or 800. David also has a problem with his bidding box. You know, this is like a fantasy world, right? I hope a lot of these panelists understand that, like, they can correct their bidding box on their own. They don't need to take out a physical one and then have cards missing. Pass. We can probably make a game, but it's not certain. Nor do we know which game will be best. If there was a card in the bidding box with the best game written on it, I would reach for that rather than pass. You could create that card. It's still your own bidding box, David. Pass, I'm confident we'll do better on defense rather than choosing a game without a source of tricks or with trumps breaking badly. Pass, taking the plus. This obviously could be 200 only with an easy vulnerable game, but if partner's late or we play the wrong game, there's no guarantee that we go plus on offense. Partner had 4-3, 4-2. Oh my god! Ace doubleton of clubs? The choices made at the 2 tables in a match were pass and 3 no trump, which garnered plus 800 and minus 100, suggesting perhaps that the choice is not as close as it might look as first. Yeah, I don't think it is close. And there was... Did anyone actually construct a hand for partner? No, just me? I'm the only one who constructed a hand for partner? That's, like, central to making bidding decisions? Have any of these panelists ever played the game of bridge before? God, I just, like, I can't imagine making bidding decisions without constructing hands. Those who found their way to 4 hearts in the 4-3 would not only get doubled, but a rude awakening would have quickly followed when South showed out on the first round of trumps. Yeah, someone did say 4x1 8 count. I mean, Andy was talking about, like, essentially the minimum values for a double, which I was hoping to get some more insight on, but we only have Andy to look to for that. I think he's in the right ballpark, for what it's worth, which might not be what everyone believes, but... Okay. Hand number 6. It's hard to construct. You want partner to balance late, but he's allowed to have a real hand. But that's the thing. Like, you can construct you don't have to construct just one hand, right? I mean, I have a video on this. There's a video where you can learn how to solve bidding problems. And, like, the idea is you want to construct 3 ranges of hands for partner. I mean, if you have infinite time, right? And, like, you can't always do this, but at least construct something, right? But you want to construct... a good hand, a bad hand, and an average hand. And then kind of like weight your decision around those 3 ranges that partner can have. Think of it as like the hand that partner would pass, the hand that partner would invite, and the hand that partner would game force. You know, I mean, that doesn't really apply to this sort of problem, but that's the idea. Anyway, recommend checking out the video if you haven't. Well... Hand 6, we got another 10. I don't remember this problem either. I'm sure we'll get there. So I've been doing well ever since we got through the period of the bidding contest where, like, they just randomly assign scores to the bids. Cool. That feels pretty good. Oh yeah, this one. This is the one where we were supposed to bid over 3 hearts. Hopefully the panel says something about that. So top marks for 4 hearts. There were quite a few who bid 4 spades, which is, like, fine. And then 5 diamonds, I mean, like, also honestly fine. Pass never would have occurred to me. And still doesn't. 4 diamonds is not the bid. 3 spades is not the bid. Okay. This is one of only 2 hands in the set on which the panel produced a majority vote, and for them it was essentially a 2-horse race. Only one panelist does not commit to game, and the competitor's most popular choice, with almost a third opting for 3 spades, receive no support. Let's start with those panel members who agree with the second largest group. With the second largest group of competition entrants. Okay. 4 spades. Surely too strong not to be a game. Yep, 4 spades can hardly do less. A number of panelists would have taken action on the previous round. Absolutely. Having failed to bid over 3 hearts, I have to do something to show signs of life now. Queen doubleton of trumps is good enough. 4 spades, I would have doubled 3 hearts precisely to avoid this guess. Exactly. We've doubled 3 hearts. 4 spades, maybe I should have bid 3 spades earlier. Not too bad. I don't mind raising queen doubleton on these types of auctions. Partner basically always has 6 when they overcall here. I know, like, technically the bid shows 5, but this is a lot different from a 1 spade opener showing 5 and a 2 spade overcall showing 5. It just, for whatever reason, it feels like partner's expected spade length on this type of an auction is 6. So raising with honor doubleton is generally fine. Certainly can't just bid 3 spades. 4 spades, a tough one. We have enough for game, but which one? Our second choice, 4 hearts, would keep the dialogue open, but what if partner bids 5 clubs? I did address that. I would just bid 5 diamonds. You have a feeling a 3.5 spade bid might get mentioned? Yeah, it probably will. We know our risk in 4 spades. The long hand will be forced and we'll lose control. However, this is a little bit mitigated by the fact that most probably South has only 3 hearts, or even 2 sometimes. Kathy also chose to bid game, but in her partner's long suit, but in her suit rather than partner's. 5 diamonds. I mean, this could work. Like, I don't think the bid's terrible. I think it's anti-percentage, but like, it could this could definitely work out well for your side. Liz was the only one willing to settle for a part score. 4 diamonds. Partner's initial 2 spade overcall has limited her hand, so I'm not worried about missing game. Wow. More about finding a plus score. Maybe 3 spades is better. Okay. While Smarty chooses to punish opponents who may have stepped out of line. Pass. Once again, with no assurance of knowing which game we belong in or would make. I do agree with him on this, but I think here it's just not close. I'm hoping to take a plus score by defending, and in my experience on this auction, frisky opponents often have nothing opposite nothing. That's actually a very reasonable point, that a lot of the times in these types of auctions, the opponents are just trying to get in the way. Like, they'll preempt with a very weak hand, responder with a very weak hand will bump, just trying to avoid us finding a cubid and having an auction to slam. And so we might collect quite a large number. I think the problem in this case is that partner's suggesting short hearts, often a singleton, and we don't have a trump trick. So the opponents are taking at least 6 hearts, possibly 5 if opener only has a 5-card suit, but they might have 6. And they'll probably get 1 outside trick. I mean, if we're looking at plus 100 versus our possible game, it just has to be worthwhile to bid the game. We might have slam. The rest all chose to consult partner. 4 hearts, pick a game. 4 hearts, choice of games. Partner will assume we have a doubleton spade, and if he advances 5 clubs, I'll correct to 5 diamonds. That's exactly my point. It could be wrong. Again, we mentioned like 5-2-2-4 is a possible shape for partner, and then we just like, it's a disaster. But I think it's pretty unlikely. 4 hearts I would have bid last time, now I have to force a game. Joey and Migri both express the same sentiment more forcefully. 4 hearts. I must have been sleeping on the previous round. Now it's clear to offer choice of games. Yep. 4 hearts. West pass over 3 hearts, to say the least, is craven. And in my opinion, losing bridge, but here we are. So I'll make an effort to catch up for my cowardly past action. Larry summarizes the case for the majority. 4 hearts. I have too much to bid only 4 diamonds, but I don't want to bury partner with 5 diamonds. Well, no, I can't have 3 spades for my failure to bid 3 spades earlier, and to now have enough for this. Yep, another good point, that sometimes subsequent actions, once partner now knows that we have a lot of values, partner can take the negative inference that we didn't raise spades earlier because we don't have a spade fit, which can be sometimes difficult to diagnose, but Suggests doubleton spade and one or both minors, gives a choice. Flexible, 4 hearts, tell me more about your hand. 4 hearts, I'd be happy to hear 4 spades. 4 hearts, it looks like partner has 5044 or 5143. I'm really not convinced by that. But she can also have some hands with a 6-card spade suit. If partner has only 5 spades, I want to be in a diamond contract because partner will get shortened in a 5-2 spade fit. I agree. I'm bidding this as choice of games. If partner bids 4 spades, I'll pass. 5 clubs can correct to diamonds. Exactly. 4 hearts, I was close to a double in the first round and must now head for game. Bidding 5 diamonds may cause us to miss out on the better 4 spades. If partner 6133, yep. Partner is a maximum overcall with stiff heart. Maximum for a pass. 4 hearts offering a choice of games. 5 diamonds could be better opposite a weakish 5-card spade suit. Yep. 4 spades will surely end the auction. With partner holding ace king 5th, stiff ace, ace 10 4th, king 3rd. Might he perhaps advance with 5 no trump over 4 hearts? Interesting, enabling us to reach the good 6 diamonds. Yeah, partner has a problem over 4 hearts with that hand. I think I like 4 no with partner's hand. Partner must know that we have a minor suit fit somewhere, and so partner doesn't want to bid 5 clubs, for example, and get passed. Partner's hand's too good, but committing to the 6th level might be a little bit much, given all of those holes. Ace king 5th opposite what's known to be a doubleton spade, I think is actually quite nice. Maybe partner should just force to slam. I don't know. I think we might get to 6 diamonds. At the table, spades were 4-2, but diamonds played for 1 loser, so there were 11 tricks in spades and 12 in diamonds. With both games making easily, languishing in 3 spades or 4 diamonds is going to cost a game swing, of course. Yeah, on to the next. Wow, look at this hand. Okay, I had to scroll down pretty far to get to where we were with 2 diamonds. I think this hand is kind of important in terms of understanding bidding. I don't really have a great grasp on this. Also, I just don't play much face-to-face bridge, so against the robots, anything can work on these hands, and so I don't really learn much. But it'll be worthwhile to read through what the panel says on this one. So a lot of people bid 3 clubs. I think this... See, this seems really backwards based on what we learned last month. Time to see who agrees with your 1 no trump, Eric. I want to... So what was the hand last month? It was what? Queen 3rd, ace queen 7th, singleton doubleton, and partner opens a spade, and we were asked what to do with this hand, and the correct idea was to bid 2 hearts, which I agreed with in retrospect. What is so different about this hand? I understand we have the minors, but we have 1 extra card in the minors, which in essence would tend to provide an extra trick, right? So given that on the previous month we were aiming for a 10-trick game with both majors, here we should aim for an 11-trick game with both minors. And, on top of that, 2 diamonds is not game forcing, so it's even better than last month when we had to game force to, show our 8 count or whatever it was. I don't really understand the 3 club and 3 diamond bids that attracted... It feels like there's some inconsistency between these 2 things. Let's actually revisit last month to, let's see, contests, because I want to take a look back at the hand. Which one was it? Not this one. Not this one. This one. Yeah, it was exactly what I said. Well, I flipped the minor suits, but it was queen third, ace queen seventh, doubleton, singleton. And it was one spade passed to us, and the majority vote, the top marks were given to two hearts, which in retrospect I agreed with. The second best choice was three hearts according to the panel. I think that three hearts and a no trump both effectively should score the same, although I understand why they didn't, just because the panel's votes were heavily in favor of one or the other. But the issue was that once we game force, we can show both of our suits. So we always get to the better strain. We'll get to four hearts or four spades, or, some slam, but then we were never going to have an issue with the hand. And by bidding three hearts, we effectively play three hearts or four hearts. By bidding a no trump, we effectively play three spades or four spades. I think the panel's vote actually was to bid a no trump to treat it as a invite in hearts, in fact. So this wasn't even intended to show it as a limit raise in spades. But so I really don't see the difference between this hand and the other one. Like the one that we were just looking at, right? I'm scrolling. Still have to keep scrolling. Yeah, we have one fewer high card. We don't have an ace. But we're also not game forcing with two diamonds. I don't know. Does anyone else think something's off about this? Something feels really off here if the correct choice on the other hand is to game force, and the correct choice on this hand is to just, treat it as a single-suited invite. I don't know. Anyway, let's read what people say, and maybe we'll get some clarity. This one is another nightmare to Mark. That's funny, because his name is Mark. I get it. Oh, but with a C. Giannis says the possible difference is that competition is more likely. Some will point out preemptive value with the three club bid. But, let's say it does go a diamond past three clubs and our left-hand opponent bids three hearts. It comes pass back to us. What do we do? Are we now bidding four diamonds? If that was the case, why wouldn't we start by bidding diamonds? I don't know. Anyway, we'll get there. Well, I hear what you're saying. Let's try and read and see if we can gain some clarity, because I certainly am confused. It's certainly unusual to see a hand on which there are votes for bidding at four levels and two different suits, including the four clubs that attracted a few competition entrants. Isn't four clubs a splinter? Wait a second. Or is four clubs a preempt? Am I missing something? Isn't four clubs a splinter in support of diamonds? Yes? No? Maybe? Okay, let's start with those who raise partner suit in ascending order. Joey Silver, two diamonds. For now, I will limit my hand by supporting my ox, but from here on, bidding lots of clubs is in my future. If there is a future, which of course I'm counting on. It sounds like Joey has assumed two diamonds is not an inverted raise, but an old-fashioned weak hand. Whatever. I assumed it was inverted. Three diamonds. This just seems the most sensible action. Second choice, an inverted three clubs, but it's very bent. What do people mean by inverted? Okay, three diamonds. I'd love to know what various club bids mean, and it's likely I would choose one of them. I'm not willing to bid four diamonds for fear of the dreaded 4-4-3-2. Yeah, I do kind of hate that hand shape. Three diamonds. It would be nice if three clubs was fit showing. It's not. Can't make up a system in mid-hand. Most of the other panelists do. I don't think you've been here long enough, Liz. Either partner is very strong, or North is about to bid majors, or both. Three diamonds. I don't want to skip past three no trump. Ups at 18 to 19 balanced, with points and hearts. The auction continues. Three hearts past four hearts. I'll gamble with five clubs. That was kind of my plan as well. Some are willing to give up on three now. Four diamonds. It would be nice if I had a club diamond fit bid available, but I don't. Try and shut out the majors. Four diamonds. Let's roll the dice. And Robson bids five diamonds to avoid the last guess. Not that unreasonable. Five diamonds. Obviously 4-4-3-2 is a real possibility, and we're just not happy in this spot. But 5 diamonds, I kept coming back to this one, but I still can't really think of anything sensible. Let's put the whole table under pressure on the basis that there are 2 of them and only 1 of partner. That's why preempts work. Try and preempt 2 people rather than just 1. The other half prefer to start by bidding their own suit. 3 clubs. Hopefully my showing an invitational hand will effectively preempt the opponents. Okay, that was mentioned. If a jump to 3 clubs is invitational, that's what I would do. If that's not an option, I would try 5 clubs. Get out of here, Zia. Bergen, 3 clubs. Most play this as natural and invitational. If partner bids 3 clubs, I will not pass. 3 clubs. Seems likely that partners 4-4 in the majors. This is a concern that I have as well. That with the opponent's silence, I mean, there's no guarantee it's going to remain that way, but partner is somewhat more likely to be the 4-4-3-2 than the original a priori odds of 3.7%, I think it is. So I think it's much more likely partners 4-4 in the majors, in which case partner shapes are 4-4-5-0, great. 4-4-4-1, not so good. Or 4-4-3-2, really bad. Start with 3 clubs. If partner bids 3 now, I'll continue with 4 diamonds. See, this seems like the wrong order to bid suits in, but fair enough. 3 clubs by hung. If this is invitational, it's a slight overbid with the club suit, lacking both ace and king, but I want to show my suit before North bids some number of hearts or shows both majors. They surprise me by passing. Partner bids 3 now, I might just pull to 5 clubs. That can't be correct. Because partner could be like 3-4-5-1. I don't think you want to commit this hand to clubs. You have to show diamonds. Like if you do bid 3 clubs, then 4 diamonds does feel correct over 3 now. 3 clubs. If the auction continues 3 hearts past 4 hearts, I will be able to bid 4 no trump to show diamond support and get partner to choose a minor. That's actually a good point. If the assumption is the opponents are going to find their way to 4 hearts, then I actually like this auction a lot. Yeah, because 4 no trump would be pick a minor, and having bid 3 clubs first, partner would expect this exact shape from us, 7-4. So I like that. 3 clubs. Bidding clubs first seems hugely better than a diamond raise, since I can show my shape with a subsequent 4 no bid if the opponents get... Okay. Bunch of people have come up with that idea. I didn't really think of that, but that makes sense. Anything can be right here. I will try 3 clubs, which I assume is natural and invitational, playing 2/1. Maybe that'll keep opponents out of it if it's their board. However, it may not be at all, and this will be a disastrous decision. 2 clubs is the alternative option, I think, but that seems a bit too much on these cards. A few are willing to force to game. So this seems consistent with what we saw from last week. People forcing game with this hand. Let's bring clubs into play before we're forced into a high-level decision. 2 clubs, tough problem. I would love to bid 5 clubs or 5 diamonds, but either choice would be silly. Agree. Sorry, Zia. So I would explore our best strain and give them a free run at the same time. I asked 6 talented troopers what they would bid, and they all had a different answer. I expect a similar wide range from the panel. That's pretty funny. 5 clubs. Maybe 3 is enough. Remember being told that a 7-card suit is trump. No, an 8-card suit is trump. No, no one has said that a 7-card suit is trump. Any diamond values partner has will be useful in a club contract, but there's no certainty that my clubs will be of any use playing in diamonds. Matt Nielsen, 1 no trump. I'm not familiar with the system, but surely 1 no trump will not end the auction. I want to listen to what the others have to say. The problem with a no trump is that if we face interference from the opponents, we haven't started showing our hand. So we get to a spot that we can't really accurately describe. Like, let's say we bid 1 no, and it goes 2 hearts pass 4 hearts back to us. I mean, 4 no trump is supposedly pick a minor, but like partner's gonna be very confused on this auction why we didn't just bid 2 or 3 of a minor on the first time around. So I would be concerned that partner would not come up with the right answer to that question. And that's why I wouldn't like a no trump. 1 no, this is not what we would bid in our system. We would have a choice between 3 clubs, showing 8 to 10 with a diamond fid and 2 spades invitational clubs. However, there's no need to commit ourselves as the auction's just starting. Let's wait and see. Okay, let's take a look. What an interesting problem. Despite the very straightforward nature of the auction, at the table, partner had a weak no-trump with lots of defense in the majors. Ace-Jack fourth, Ace-Queen-Jack, Queen-9 fourth, 9 doubleton. Your best spot is a club part score making 10 tricks. You would also probably make a diamond part score, but playing in the 4-4 fit could become tricky. This looks like a win for the 3 club bidders with 3 diamonds a close second. I mean, yeah, opposite this hand, I would certainly prefer to play in 3 clubs. Agree with that. In what world do opponents remain silent with 18 high card points and 17 major suit cards? I don't know. I mean, a diamond past 3 clubs, they might, if hearts are 5-5. Even if hearts are 6-4, where the person overcalling over a diamond just didn't have enough to bid a heart. I think they easily could. I think it's still very possible that they would come in on either of these auctions. I mean, it's definitely easier for them to come in with 2 at the 2 level than it is at the 3 level. I don't know, is it good for them to come into this auction? They have at least 2 heart losers. They don't lose any clubs. They probably have a diamond loser. They have at least 1 spade. We had 10 doubleton of spades, right? So they might end up losing a diamond, 2 spades, 2 hearts. I mean, we were never letting them play at the 2 level. So, and if they bid any higher, they're going to go down. Possibly doubled, possibly down multiple. I don't know. I still don't think we learned anything on this one. Because again, like, I'm just like saying, let's compare that major suit hand to this one. To me, it is the exact same problem. So I don't think you can let the panel get away with being like, well, the other one is a clear game force, and this one is just a clear, like, let's sign off, or, like, make an invitational hand. But I guess it's close. Anyway, hand 8. No fucking way. There's no way that the majority was to bid a diamond and then the next best was to pass? No, dude. These guys are living in the 1950s. Like, what is this? This isn't bridge. What was our score this month, by the way? We had 53. Is that what I got? 53. Not too bad. I think the 2 spade bid and the 4 spade bid and the first 3 boards, I think, like, should have been scored differently. But we'll take our 53. It's not too bad. We need some more modern panelists. I know. Oh, what is this garbage? I mean, 1 diamond, I understand. We talked about this. Pass is not an option. Pass is just not a bid. You don't do that. I guess people are hoping to make it take out double of hearts. But like a club pass and no trump, pass. What's our play? Double penalty? We have clubs? We're just showing partner big club suit? Maybe. I don't know. You could. Alright, I see some merits to pass. I didn't really think about making a takeout double of hearts just because, like, it's nonsense to me. But I guess that's what they're hoping for. We finish with another hand on which there are limited options. However, our experts were widely split with 4 choices, each receiving support from a number of panelists. Alas, for more than a quarter of competitors, the second largest group, the panel offered no support at all for the 5th potential choice. Let's start with the bidders. What was the 5th potential choice? Oh, yeah, that's not a bid. 1 diamond. When in doubt, make the cheapest reasonable call. I think that's good advice, generally. One diamond, so my options take the one that allows most space. One diamond, I like to get in early. Hopefully I can get the chance to show spades later. Lots of room to get the spades in. I'm excited to bid one diamond. I get the lead I want against hearts, and I'm well placed to introduce spades later if the opponents don't do so first. Okay. Couple chose one diamond in preference to a no trump call. I don't like to overcall a no trump with 4x1 shape. I mean, I understand that most people think that way. One diamond. It's not my style to bid one no trump on this hand type, so I'll start with a diamond. The downside is that I might not get to show my strength, but at least we can still find the spades in many auctions. Overcalling a spade might work, but if partner has 3-card spade support, we may never be able to back into no trumps. One diamond, we will have a chance to show later our good hand with 4 spades. One spade would be the second choice. Both David and Joey mentioned the 5th option. One diamond. To pass on this hand is rather like buying a lottery ticket. You have no idea what twist the auction will take before it returns to you. One no trump and double have obvious flaws, so I'm very happy with my choice. Joey explains why no one in the expert panel thought it was the way to go. One diamond. Despite my good hand, a takeout double is out, holding a singleton in one of the majors when I cannot control the subsequent action. After all, I ain't Italian. I said the Italians would make the takeout double. Are 27% of the contestants Italian? I don't think that's what's going on here. One no trump is also out for the same reason, and since I don't have the stomach to pass, I will enter the fray by bidding my chunky 4-card diamond suit, leaving partner lots of room to do something intelligent. Overcalling in our 4-card major also has its supporters. One spade, this seems to have the most gain if it's right. I don't think that's true. I think one no trump has the most to gain if it's right. Because, like, when we overcall a spade and partner raises to 2 spades, like, what are we doing now? If we bid 3 no, partner's just going to bid 4 spades. Partner's going to be like, oh, you have a balanced hand? Great. Here's my singleton diamond and 3-card spade support. Surely 4 spades is going to play great in the 5-3 fit. One spade. Those green ones keep getting stuck in the bidding box. Again, it is your own bidding box. You can make it up. It's all in your mind, Jessica. You don't need to take out a physical box that just doesn't function. Larry. One spade. I'm generally not a fan of 4-card overcalls, but here, since double is out, I prefer this to one no trump with the small singleton. One spade, not one no trump for this earnest battler. But that action does have its advocates. One no trump, not proudly. One no trump, I'm hoping for a transfer to spades. Aren't we all? Aren't we all? One no. I do like a one spade overcall and a good 4-card suit, but how will I then be able to get my strength over later? Maybe partner will not transfer into hearts this time. Schiff says it's really an easy one diamond overcall in your preferred style. Despise one spade. I mean, I think we pointed out why one spade is vastly inferior to a diamond. Like, if you're going to overcall on a suit, one diamond is definitely correct. One no. For me, it's one no or pass. This has worked well for me over the years, so I will just continue with it. I don't like the one spade with this many points and only 4 of them. Pass. Don't like the alternatives. Pass. I'm not a fan of overcalls on 4-card suits, nor of a no trump with an unbalanced hand. I think a lot of these ideas are just, like, very old. That, you know, you're taught that, like, one no trump is bid on balanced hands. And so you get that, like, ingrained in your mind. And there's this, like, echo chamber of every partner you play with is just like, well, I bid a no trump on balanced hands. And every once in a while, someone comes around to, like, shake up your world. And they're just like, oh, I've overcalled a no trump on a singleton. But, like, you know, you play with them once and you transfer into the singleton and play a 5-1 fit, and you're just like, see how bad it is? But then you run into hands like this, and people are just like, well, this option doesn't exist. I'm not allowed to overcall a no trump on a singleton. Or I'm not allowed to overcall a 4-card suit because, like, it went poorly for me once, and then a bunch of people yelled at me. And I don't want to get yelled at again, so I just can't do it. When in reality, there's nothing stopping you. It's not against the rules. And in fact, a no-trump overcall on a singleton is a lot more effective than a no-trump opening on a singleton, because people are not supposed to open a no-trump with a singleton, but everyone understands that sometimes you just have a singleton and you have to overcall a no-trump because you have no other option, right? Like imagine your hand is stiff king, ace queen 10 fourth, like king jack fourth, and like king jack fourth. You have the 17 count, your right hand opponent opens a heart. What are you supposed to do with that hand? You're supposed to pass? No, everyone's going to overcall a no-trump with that hand because that's just the right thing to do. So people understand that no-trump overcalls on singletons happen. I mean, it's the same at the 2 level. They preempt on your right and you overcall 2 no-trump, you can have a singleton. People just get that that's the way bridge... Like, the ACBL hasn't banned it yet, so it must be allowed. Or it must be the right way to play. Anyway. My only fear is that when we are vulnerable against Not, it might go all pass when we have a game. Yeah, that can happen. Probably not, but it might. Pass. Hopefully I'll come in later. Take out double of hearts, of course. Pass. I hate doing this, but it feels like the best way of showing my hand later. Yeah, that... As usual, I like what Deweese says most of the time. Like, I think him and Myers both kind of make the point. They don't state it explicitly, but they just want to make it take out double of hearts, which would be a pretty effective way to show this hand. I agree with them. Zia says, pass, I predict a popular plurality. It was the second most popular choice. I don't understand why Zia doesn't like bidding no trump on singletons. That's the thing that confuses me most about Zia's game. Like, his entire game is based on taking gambling actions at every opportunity possible and just, like, psyching all the time in the bidding. So, why is this, like, the one thing that he puts his foot down on? I don't know. Okay, what's going on? Partner had ace doubleton, queen jack 10 fourth, 4 small, jack 10 third. So partner had an 8 count. If we overcall a no trump, partner's going to check for a heart fit, find out we don't have one, and bid 3 no trump. So we would get to 3 no. Cool. Most positive actions are likely to get you there. If we overcall a diamond, partner will probably raise to 2 diamonds, maybe make a mixed raise if they have it available. I guess. I mean, do you make a mixed raise with 4 small diamonds? I guess you do. Probably. You have an 8 count. So we probably still get to 3 no. Will partner reopen with that junk if the auction goes a club pass pass? I don't think so. Partner has club length. Why would they do anything? My guess is that you'll collect 3 or 4 50s defending 1 club and lose 10 imps. Okay. What a demanding set this proved to be, with less than half of the panelists scoring in the 70s, and half of those only just. I suspect that high scores may be hard to come by for competition entrants this month. This month's podium emphasizes the international nature of this competition. With experts from 4 different continents. Okay. Young Australian star Andy Hung leads the way with a perfect 80 out of 80. That's our boy. David Bird, 77, Zia and Wan Fei Wang, 74, filled the remaining spots. So these were all the results from the panel. Did we beat anyone with our 53 that, like, probably should be adjusted? No, not quite. Not quite. We almost caught up to Liz at the very bottom. Well, interesting set. I really don't think problems 1 and 2 make any sense without providing any extra context. I don't even remember problem 3. Oh, this was the 4 diamonds one. Yeah, this is a good thing to know. Problem 3. I mean, I bid 4 spades intending it as the same meaning as 4 diamonds, but I'd have scored more if I was part of the panel, since board one would have scored something. I mean, that's true. That's true. Should I try and get on the panel for this? Do you think I should write the guy? I mean, they have other streamers on the panel. They have Hanoi Rodon on there. Maybe I'll write the guy. I don't know. Chat, what do you think? Should I try and get into the panel for this? I don't like begging for a spot, but maybe I could just like send an email and be like, hey, I have a bridge channel. You know, if you want some extra coverage of your thing. Not that I don't do that already every month, but I would put in a good word for him.